So I muted everything.
Okay, then.
Ready,
All right.
ready.
So, last time, we finally have arrived in Autume Vaile. After, we'll say, effectively bartering with a local shopkeeper.
Bartering, yeah.
Definitely not robbery. Legal robbery.
Hey, he agreed to it, right?
To be fair, there was nothing illegal about it. It was a strong arming situation, but yes.
Yep. But,
deploy smooth jazz. Why am I deploying smooth jazz?
Who is telling you
Toma.
to deploy smooth jazz? Toma.
Oh, God, my music's so loud. Yes, we rob shopkeepy.
We didn't rob
We
him.
paid them.
We're stronger.
He got money.
So anyways, after that, you guys did notice that you were being watched by some Varudien people. And after exiting town with your newfound camping gear, they had basically declared that they were here to attack, or to claim ownership of the slaves under Levy's that Levy was traveling with.
Specifically, the dragonkin.
Yep.
And we defended her property.
Wait. I just realized something. The majority of Levy's entourage, her slaves,
Yes,
all
A
have
dragon.
horns.
No, she's not Lady Horny. Stop it.
No, I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say that, another noble might perceive that Levy has a fondness for horned creatures, beasts, and individuals. I could totally see another noble trying to curry favor for her by giving her a slave that also has horns. Or pet.
It gives her a unicorn.
tries to give her a tiefling.
I just idea popped in my head. I'm like, I have horns. I think Green has horns.
I have a
Pepper
set,
has
yes.
horns. So I mean, like, it's a lot of horns going on here.
Bergie.
Well, 85% of this entourage is fucking dragon.
Yeah.
Dinner first?
Oh.
God damn it,
It took us a sec. God damn it, Lucy.
Lamau.
Anyway.
Anyways, fight ensues. One person surrendered, the rest are fucking dead. And we left off with you guys hearing somebody clapping and walking down the road towards you. Somebody in full armor, bearing a steel Varudien sigil.
So I'm going to do my best to quickly move to put myself between Levy and the individual. It's like immediate protective action. Yeah.
We didn't just have some group of 12 motherfuckers go ahead and try to take us down. So now we're on. Now we're like,
Yeah, this is very much this guy might be a problem. And the fact that he's so confident that he's clapping while approaching is like...
gives a level of... It definitely gives off a level of arrogance.
At the very least, arrogance. That would... If he's just arrogant, that's
We
That's
can
good
deal with
for us.
We can deal with
we
arrogance.
can deal with arrogance. Confidence with reason, though, that's a little more problematic because that means they could pull something off with that arrogance. Dia, do you want to keep an eye on the surrendered individual while we see how this plays out?
I was gonna say, looking over the terrified or the surrendered one, he seems kind of terrified that this guy's here.
Yeah. Thus I'm basically asking Dia to keep an eye on him, because if he bolts, then we lose our information source we might be able to get.
I don't think he'll outrun most of us in his armor. It's the sad
Yeah.
part.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You're absolutely right. But at the same time, if we're all caught up in a fight and no one's free to chase him down,
Very true.
better to have someone that can go ahead and, potentially keep him from going anywhere.
Defense mode. Defend Lady Briarleaf.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Um,
Okay.
Leaning back to Levy, how do you want to play this?
I don't know. Let's see how what he has in mind. From what I can see right now, he's not armed.
Considering the other guy's reaction, I don't think he's unarmed. I think he's very much dangerous.
He gets to about here before he stops and kind of looks past D at the guy who has survived, kind of takes in the scene, looks at you all, and is just like, impressive. And, you hear two voices as he speaks.
Rivven's gonna go ahead and kind of turn his head cockeyed to the side. He's like, interesting. Symbiosis or possession?
Well, from what we know, this gentleman, this individual is known, if they have the steel one, they're part of that group that actually is integrated with dragons.
Is that what we know, or only what
That's
we've gathered
what-
from rumor?
No, that's what we know, because that's what the other guy was looking for. He was looking for the people with the steel Varudien symbol, since he could
Okay.
he could communicate with them and has to join them.
He mentioned that, yes, there's a stealing. So what we know is hearsay that there is a steel branch of Varudien that does not adhere to their dragon slaying tendencies. I think that's a good way of putting it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but again, Rivven's action would still stand. Is the symbiosis or possession is the
It looks
human?
more, it looks more like symbiosis, at least from here.
I can't see anything under the armor. No.
I mean, possession is potential as well.
9/10 of the law.
You hear the surrendered guy kind of mutter something under his breath and just says that he's or you hear him, like, faintly say that this guy is like a reaper. Very rarely shows his face. When he does, it's always to fight something. Last time he got involved in a fight, several Varudien members ended up dead.
I'm gonna look at the several Varudien members dead on the ground. Shit. Did we just take his kills that he was planning to go after? Fuck.
The figure goes ahead and speaks up. And you hear, again, the two voices. Oh, I'm only a reaper for those who challenge me. After all, a Steel Vigil has a, better calling than simply hunting wild dragons. He kind of looks over to the surrendered guy and he's like, as a matter of fact, I'd recommend you stop participating in those hunts as well. If you'd like, we'd be willing to take you under our wing, teach you the ways of the Path of Steel. You can make that decision later. Kind of turns back to the rest of the group here. He points, he goes ahead and he says you. He says, and points specifically at you, Reen. You and that dragon are interesting to me. It's been quite some time since I've seen another dragon knight, even a fledgling as yourself.
What?
I was told that someone would be here. I didn't exactly expect to run into you. From what I learned, your kind are kind of hard to come by.
Especially when, dragons are typically hunted, and a lot of them have a distrust for humanity.
Well, I'm not exactly human.
Fair enough.
All right. So, what's your score here? What do you want? What makes me so interesting? I know the whole Dragon Knight situation, but why now of all times?
That was simple. I saw a skirmish involving some Varudien members. Saw that there was a dragon that they were seemingly attempting to take down, and saw them all get shoved into the floor by you all.
Well, that's not exactly our preferred method of dealing with people, but, well, some of ours. It's my preferred method of dealing with people.
He just kind of goes, no, it's no concern.
Well, given who they are, or what they've done.
Given their lack of care, yes.
So, Mr. Reaper, you got a name I can call you by? Or do we just call you Steel Reaper or something?
You can, for now, just call me General.
Jivel?
General.
General.
Okay, so colloquially, General Grim, because Grim Reaper. Right? Does that work? Sorry.
We'll just stick with calling. We'll just stick with General. It makes it easier on me.
We could call him Jenny for short.
If you do that, I'm pretty sure he's going to kill you.
Sorry. Can't help myself.
And I can understand, but this isn't exactly a time to be cracking jokes.
But he kind of looks at you, and he just says, I can tell you my name another time, but for now, I am interested in, well, a duel, perhaps, of sorts.
Well, we're trying to get somewhere that's a little more inland first, but, I mean, on the outskirts of a town, being harassed, and then, well, doing what I did beforehand was an experience. First time experience, actually. I don't know if I can do that form more than once, or at least not right now. I mean, I'm up for a friendly duel, but again, dragonkin and dragon hunting lands, steel vigil or not, still a little apprehensive.
Nah, it's more than fair. After all, you get randomly approached by somebody from a faction you don't like while sneaking through the country disguised as slaves.
Disguised? Who? What? No? What?
Well, I mean,
Looks
considering
away,
how,
no.
how often Levy hasn't been doing the talking and Reen has not been looking to Levy for approval. Yeah, we've been too mouthy for slaves, unfortunately. Yeah, the jig's up.
Well, I have no intention of giving you away.
That guy might. What's the guy who surrendered?
Oh, we'll deal with him when it comes down to it. I mean, an invitation was offered to him, and if he's smart, well, it's his call.
If I may, Mr. General. We need to get to a certain destination, settle in a little bit, and it sounds like my good friend here would be interested in a friendly, not to the death kind of duel. Just, I'm assuming you wanted to test her capabilities, and she might be interested in learning more about your capabilities. So we could definitely maybe rain check that. But
I mean, if I'm given a day to at least rest, I might be able to reenact what I did with Zalera. We can actually go over how that felt and what to do, and maybe even get a couple of,
As you succinctly pointed out earlier, though, doing that in the middle of the open in dragon hunting land, probably not the wisest thing. So
I don't suspect we're going to get bothered too much with Mr. Reaper here around.
If Mr. Reaper... Regardless, why risk it? We set up a date, time and place after we settle in, which was what I was trying to negotiate with the general. Maybe we have this happen in a nice, safe place where we don't have to have that variable. How does that appeal to you, sir?
That's fine by me.
All right. So, now that that's out of the way, we were hoping to go ahead and potentially, and I'll thumb over to the survivor, get maybe information about the Varadine situation, since we are just showing up here and looking to help our friend get reestablished in the territory. And so information about Varadine's movements in the area would be useful to us. But seeing as you have an interest in them, maybe you'd be willing to share what you know in exchange for taking him off our hands.
I'd be fine with this.
Am I good with everybody? We sit down, we have a lovely little camp, warm our bones, get some hot food in us, have a little chat.
Okay, I'll get to working on moving the bodies off the road. Because we gotta clear this up, because carts might come through.
I mean...
No.
And that erupted earth isn't gonna clear itself.
Yeah, we did kind of make a mess, didn't we?
Huh? Yep. But yeah, out of game. Just saying. Yeah, if I click the spell here for you, the rubble stays until cleared. If I hit the description. So yeah.
We did infrastructure damage.
We actually have made the road kind of a hazard for passerby cars. So we should probably at least try to clear that up and move the bodies off the road.
I just throw them into a pile on into a snowdrift or something.
Oh, yeah.
As I'll help Pepper start moving the bodies, and I'm gonna whisper to Pepper, check their pockets and see if they have anything important on them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just basically.
I'm also gonna collect all their amulets.
Oh yeah.
At least the ones that I heard.
Are you taking trophies?
Uh-huh.
Okay. All of a sudden, I imagine this little kobold that's turned all these little Varudien sigils into chainmail. Well, I mean...
Okay, is there anything in particular you want to get off the bodies?
Intel?
It's okay.
Anything useful that could be repurposed or sold? Nothing major, but I'm not going to make a big show of looting them. It's going to be just mostly focused on moving them off the road. Because, again, wanton stripping of bodies, I mean, there's really nothing these guys have on them I expect we need. But information is important. So if there was a leader that had a bound together stack of missives, orders, or anything of that sort, finding that package could give us valuable information. Or if any of them had any sort of ledger or means of recording their movements, a map of the area with information that potentially Clan Varudien would be passing back and forth.
Something like that might be on the scouts.
Yeah. That would be kind of the stuff I'd be looking for. Because again, information broker is my character, so I'm like, yeah, a nice shiny sword's good and all, but all these guys have nice shiny swords, and none of us really need a new nice shiny sword. We're good.
Levy can hawk it for more funding for herself if need be.
Be a bit difficult to sell a Varudien weapon right here.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, if there was a door available, we could literally make all the bodies disappear, and...
Well, I mean, can easily pass off as being literally ambushed and highway robbery, and this is her just rewards for it, is trying to make back income that they tried to steal from her. Because they did try to basically, in a quotes, steal her slaves.
No, that illusion has already been shattered.
Yeah, yeah, this man, but we'll get it back up and going again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just gathering the amulets mostly, and just anything loose.
Loose small items and amulets.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Basically, they're sigils of that they're part of Varudien.
Yeah.
Do you need any rolls for searching for information on the bodies?
Investigation.
And technically, I guess since we're both doing this, would that be me aiding him for him having advantage, I guess?
I'll allow it.
Okay. Thank you.
You got good on your first one anyway. You're fine.
You find a map that just seems to be more or less this group's patrol route. And a couple of places that they are able to stay at as not necessarily safe houses, but like Varudien own. Yeah.
Known establishments.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. And it looks like they travel through these areas, so if we want to minimize our impact on running into any other patrols, maybe plan our route to skirt around those known establishments, reduce the likelihood of us running into another patrol. I'll go ahead and stash the Varadine.
So the more patrols we run into, the more damage we cause them, which is good.
So I see your point, but at the same time, if we hit every patrol there is and wear ourselves out, and then they see all their troops start disappearing, they send out fresh patrol with bigger or more equipped troops when we're tired, and it ends badly for us. Let's not fight everybody. Let's pick the good fights, yeah?
I suppose.
Who would you rather fight? A bunch of little mooks at the bottom of the chain, or a big mook that's sitting on some sort of Varadine throne?
Whoever called the shots at eliminating my tribe.
That's what I thought. I'll put the map away as I finish helping Lucy go ahead and move the bodies off the road. You wouldn't happen to have any spells that are beneficial at smoothing out, like, the ground, would you?
I have Erupting Earth.
Yeah, that's the reverse of that. That's what we need, like, you know.
It's not a plant. She shrugs.
Yeah. Reen, do you have any spells about
Don't
earth
look at
shaping
me.
or anything? Oh.
Yeah.
I look back to Levy and I smile hopefully.
She's a water
Just shakes her
mage.
head.
Yeah. The Earth isn't my favorite domain. I don't do it much.
So as far as we know, you could basically crack some of that flaming rolling ball and just roll back and forth to flatten it out, and that'd be about it. Talking about using flaming spear as a steamroller.
I suppose.
I mean,
If that
Fucking
would
try.
help, I could try. But otherwise,
We need to see.
out of game, technically, it is made smooth again just by you taking a minute per 5 foot square already to remove it. So it will be returned to normal.
Yeah.
As per Erupting Earth. You just actually manually clear the rubble that it created, basically.
all right.
4x4
Fine.
square, 16 minutes per. There were 2 uses of it.
Yup. I'll be working a lot while other people are up.
Half an hour. It would basically take half an hour for one person to clear it.
I will help out. I mean, I can always go ahead and like kick or stomp some of the rubble back into place or out of the way, depending on the size and nature of the rubble.
I love this smell. It's an inconvenience.
Hey, you know, actions have consequences, and cleaning up a road is not a terrible consequence.
20 plus minutes of cleaning the roads worth like 60 damage in a round.
Hey, you know, it's not like some people using spells willy-nilly and then setting a city on fire.
Oops.
Don't do that. Please Don't light a city on fire, please, Pepper. I don't want to deal with that
My
cleanup.
job.
I would never, unless they're Varadine.
Good God. Eyes, Pepper.
I'm not a monster. I'm a dragon. I have pride. I'm not gonna just attack a random city. That'd be stupid and mean.
Okay. Oh boy.
That's why I have Sleet Storm to put out fires that I might cause by accident.
This is I'm sorry. This is quite literally what we did as soon as these Varadine grunts came up to us.
What is? Watch your tone.
Watch your tone.
Yeah, they got bodied pretty hard.
Yeah, watch your tone when you're talking to Lady
grunt
Briarly.
was thrown around. So,
Yeah. Anyways.
don't worry, we'll run into stronger ones definitely. These are just the patrol mooks. So.
Exactly.
So
I
after
know.
we haul the bodies off, go ahead and start setting up a makeshift campsite the best we can, because apparently we are going to make friendlies with the scary General Reaper Man.
I wouldn't say we're more or less scared of him as we are wary of him.
Nope, the fucking
Oh, no, okay.
Is terrified.
He's a different story. He's not part of our group. He's what do you call it? Emergency rations.
Emerged. This is not Genshin, all right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Emergency rations in the name of a ranger's rat in a swamp campaign I ran.
Wow. Wow. Animal companion referred to as emergency rations.
I'll tell you right now, the ranger died before the rat did.
Wow.
You want to know why?
Why is that?
He left all his arrows on his animal companion.
Dumbass.
Phenomenal.
Then realized,
And
where'd my 100 arrows go? Oh wait, I left them all on quivers on my animal companion, who is now running away from the snake that is strangling me. From the boa constrictor that is crushing my bones.
See, this is why I liked go ahead and taking the feat that lets you use druid spells when playing a ranger. Primal Savagery is really useful when you run out of arrows.
Primal Savagery is just a fun spell, like thematically anyway. Just growing acidic claws or teeth and just chomping in and clawing at something sounds fun.
Oh yeah. It definitely it makes things more interesting. All right, so
Go ahead and you travel a bit longer. The general just kind of he's keeping his distance. He knows that you're wary of him. He travels in front of you so you guys can keep an eye on him.
Hey, so you're obviously still Varudien. What's this whole steel thingy about?
Well, it goes without saying that we, well, I suppose not, if you don't know anything about us. Varudien is, I would say split down the middle, but it's more like an 80-20% split these days. It wouldn't be incorrect to say that we are the original Varudien clan. The ones dedicated to, you know, the proper ways to hunt dragons. Hunt the ones that are being problems.
So you're still dragon hunters, but you only hunt the ones that obviously cause terror.
Correct. We also don't mindlessly hunt dragonkin.
This
That's a
is
big bonus.
appreciated.
How did this zealotry all start then?
You know, what was the split?
Some time ago, one of the generals from the clan decided that he wanted to keep hunting, even after we had, well, more or less cleared an area of the problematic dragons. We told him no. He stormed off. Come to find out, he had, a few weeks later, he had, single-handedly hunted, well, more or less a family of dragons on his own, and began recruiting people to accompany him in further hunts like that.
And no one did anything and the situation just snowballed?
Oh, our leader definitely tried to stop him, unfortunately. Yeah, that general doesn't fight fair.
What's this general's name?
Yeah. Pepper's like, I can get a name, potential target. Doesn't fight fair, kind of a dick, responsible for all the Varudien murder, wanting to murder anything draconic.
Oh,
Is he still around?
no, long since dead. Died in a hunt, but
Good. Ah,
we of the Steel Vigil refer to him as the Tyrant.
Name for the lovely name for a fitting individual.
Unfortunately, his ideas grabbed hold of far too many people, and Varudien now has more members who are just in it for what would be the best term?
Spoils. Hunt, the sport.
Vainglory.
Vainery. Yeah, that makes sense.
Is there a head to the group that could be persuaded or, if necessary, removed to dissuade them? Or would that
Darling, there's
just
no
engage
persuasion
in-
that would happen in that moment.
There's a few generals that all uphold this vainglorious hunt. I can give you their names once we've settled in for the evening.
I'm sorry.
go
I'm
ahead.
sorry to say, Rivven, but there would not be discussion. Those people are dying. For want of betterment in this world, I'm sorry, but that is non-negotiable for me.
If we just kill them all and nothing else changes, one of their underlings will rise up as a new general to keep things going.
No, if we kill enough of them, then the Steel Vigil here can probably get the clan back under control.
A distinct possibility.
Call
If it
enough
were
of
that
them.
easy, if it were that easy, wouldn't the Steel Vigil have already done it?
I called the Steel Vigil by accident. Now that's unstuck.
Still, Vardine, you get
Yeah.
my.
The Steel Vigil and Varudien are two different clans at this point.
Unfortunately, our leader has not been able to make that call. Or that call, for that matter. I would gladly participate in it myself, but unfortunately we have our hands tied with another situation.
And I imagine that that's a little bit too hush hush to go ahead and talk about.
Not necessarily. I can give some of the details. So, it goes without saying, but Varudien, we'll call it the main branch, as it were, doesn't necessarily consider us to be the same faction as them. But we still hunt dragons nonetheless. Again, only those who cause problems. The ones who are threats to everyone.
Mhm.
Who decides if a dragon's a threat, though?
The people, not us.
So, if, say, a noble lord came running to your clan with stories and tales of a wretched dragon pillaging villages, how would you respond?
We would do our research.
They're not mindless hunters.
We don't just blindly hunt dragons that get brought to our attention. Because we have, on many occasions, had nobles who wanted a dragon out of their territory because they were afraid of it, even though it was harmless, or in some cases beneficial to the communities it was a part of.
Those who, as they say, absolute power corrupts absolutely. And,
And
And of
well,
course there were those who wanted, and of course there were some nobles who wanted dragons dead because they wanted to lay claim to their hoard.
greed.
The dragons could be a problem to a town or something, but we've had a few situations where the dragon merely unintentionally caused a few minor problems for a town.
And how do those situations normally get resolved?
Oh, usually our leader would try and negotiate with the dragon to see if we can't figure something out. As for the nobles, well, there's not much we can do about them. Not officially, if you catch my meaning.
That's usually where my services come in. Oh, well, used to come in. Oh, you
But-
act like you haven't heard this song and dance before.
But Steel Vigil has been having an issue with a particularly problematic set of dragons.
Really?
Yes, we've had to make great efforts to make sure that the rest of the other faction, to make sure that they know not to attack our targets. Makes things more difficult when they get food.
So you're trying to, what, starve out and wear down these dragons, and the other clan keeps on sending meat into the grinder?
Much to our annoyance, yes.
And do you have proof that these ones are actually terrorizing people?
Yes. Well, it would be sufficient to say they've laid claim to a key route, and they eat just about anything that moves.
Are we talking sentient, aware beings here?
The dragon
Or-
starling.
I've seen freaking yokels call something that is not a dragon, though.
Oh, it's a dragon. Trust me on that.
Okay.
And
What
it's.
kind?
Are any of you familiar with fang dragons?
Not particularly.
Can't say I've known any.
They are problematic. Even in situations where they don't directly attack people. They have other means of luring prey.
Being.
Or seeing as you all are, more than likely adventurers and not, obviously slaves. Obviously not slaves.
Well, some of us are less adventurers and more hands for hire, but same difference in this case.
In any case, you no doubt are, at the very least, aware of the idea of just luring a target out, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The problem comes with the dragon that we want to hunt. Well, the issue is these dragons have the uncanny ability to imitate just about any sound, voice, or anything that they hear.
So you have to go ahead and develop a coded system to go ahead and communicate in a way that can't be copied.
If it's sound-based, it can copy it.
Oh, it can't copy hand signals
Correct.
or signal lanterns.
They can't copy signal lanterns, they can't copy hand signals, they can't copy telepathy. Though we are rather short on individuals
Telepaths.
who are capable of that, yes.
Mm.
Not to mention, one time our leader tried to fight them. It ended with his him injured, leg being near unusable. He's still recovering from that, even now.
So I'm assuming that those dragons are in the area that we had seen marked on a map. Do not go here.
Correct. As of this
Okay.
moment, we know there are 5, not counting the our main target.
If we were to encounter one of these dragons and we ended up eliminating it for, self-defense, of course, would we end up causing any hurt feelings amongst Varudien?
Well, maybe the problematic side, but we as Steel Vigil don't really care about honor or pride. We want the things dead because they're dangerous. Or rather, they are actively being a danger to many.
And they'll eat anything that is available to them.
Correct. For the time being, they've restricted themselves to to that little mountain range that we had marked out. But once they clear out any and all food from the location, they move on, and they move fast.
Do they have any resistances to magic poisons or other means of underhand tactics? If they'll eat anything, if that anything happens to have something deliciously malicious on them or in them,
As far as we know, no, we haven't had any success with poisoning them, even with our Dragon's Bane.
Starting to sound more like parasites than dragons.
Definitely feels that way. You see why we hunt them.
Where do they come from?
Unsure. We know that they moved in at some point to this mountain range within the past few years. And they've been a problem ever since.
I have no direct contacts out here. We're kind of on our own. I can't rely on any information networks that I've established in the past.
Well, we're here to help Levy.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's focus on definitely get Levy settled in. I'll see what I can do about finding ways to, if we end up in this situation where we have to deal with these fang dragons, see if there's a way we can, if anything, make this place a little safer.
Our clan's strong. We can probably beat them with brute strength.
Just be wary. You catch one off guard, it will call for its kin. That's the biggest problem. They are not solo hunters.
Pack mentality. Great.
And if the biggest one happens to show up, well, that's another problem altogether.
What ages are these dragons?
A few of
Like,
them are...
They're not wormlings, obviously, if they're
No.
eating and killing people.
6 in total. One is the leader. We're unsure of their age, but they are larger than the adult dragons I've hunted in the past, though. Then again, fang dragons also have a very distinct appearance and aren't very common.
If only I could just go ahead and arrange for some mage to open a gate to Avernus right underneath them. Solve one problem by dumping it on someone else.
Yes,
But,
and then get the demons pissed off at you. That's a great way to go.
No, some of them would just think it would be a good fun.
But we do know that it is, at the very least, the oldest one. There are 2 that are smaller than it, but still larger than the remaining 3.
Well, if they're
So we
sentient
have
and aware,
3 young, at least 2 adult, and maybe 1 older than that.
if there's a clear leader, if the leader is encouraging and forcing this behavior and the leader's removed, maybe the younger ones can be re-educated?
Think of it like
Unlikely.
this. Think of it like this there, Rivven. Parasites of the same type don't necessarily attack one another.
Yes.
But they're also not, I wouldn't say they don't form families. They multiply, but they don't form families.
We also don't
They
know
can
their
work as a
size.
cohesive unit, but but parasites aren't well, not all parasites. I mean, there are some, but not all parasites are intellectual in a regard,
There's
right?
also the fact we don't know their side of things. They might
Well,
be moving around eating these areas for a reason.
Yeah.
The biggest advantage and disadvantage we have against them is that they're not very good at flying. Unfortunately, their coloration, they blend into the mountain rocks, so it doesn't make it any easier to find them.
Jagged edges.
Usually when a species that's not common in an area moves into a new area, it's because their normal habitat is disturbed for some reason. And then they change and grow. The danger is when they start adapting and feel more comfortable in their new habitat, they don't want to go back to their old habitat, even if it gets fixed. So, say, since these are mountainous sounding dragons, if there was a mountain that they were on and say some humans came in and started clearing it, and they got a taste for human, and then started roving down the mountain to hunt for humans, other humanoids. That would be one way their territory could have been disturbed and brought them down upon the town. Another thing is if their territory, had a volcanic eruption or something like that. That if it's simply a territory thing where it's been disturbed, restoring that territory, taking out those that won't adapt and try to re-educate the others and return them to the lands that they came from would be one option that could potentially be viable. Sometimes, though, parasites exist for a reason. As Reen pointed out, sometimes they are detrimental, but also sometimes they exist to keep balance. There could be something much nastier that their voracious appetite was keeping in check, and without them there, it could be growing and becoming a potential problem down the road.
I guess that just means we gotta beat him up and ask him.
Yeah, pretty much. We need to go in and get their side of it. You've got a good point there, Pepper.
I'll tell you what. You did mention that you were in need of further contacts while you're here. And while I am interested in telling you more, a lot of it should be, well, I say should be considered to be classified, but quite frankly, I don't really care for that. But our leader does. I'm sure he'd be willing and interested in meeting you all.
Well, there's one more individual that was with us that I think you should seek out. He's an ex-Varudien member, now bound to a dragon, of good company. A wormling, a young one, by the looks of things. A young dragon. Seek him out. He just arrived somewhere in this area as well. I'm sure that you could get a new recruit out of the matter.
That's what they were muttering
Aurelian.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he probably also had his fair share of people ambush him, probably somewhere, because he wandered off into the darker spots. At least from the last I saw, he walked off. So.
Well, I hate to say this, but I expect that Aurelian knew that we were being followed, and when we went straight for, leaving town and he broke off.
He was being smart.
I'm pretty sure he knew that the bulk of Varudien's troop were going to follow us. So I'm imagining...
Yes. Knowing how they operate, they would have gone for the larger group of dragons.
Yeah. How many would give up a big prize to chase a smaller one?
Exactly. Very well, I shall seek him out at some point.
So, a meeting with your leader? Where would we go to arrange such a thing?
And that general here would go ahead and arrange such a thing.
I will arrange it. I'm sure, again, he'll be interested in meeting with you all. He's always happy to meet with, I'd say, potential recruits, but something tells me you all have other things in mind.
I have a few side quests in mind, but those take precedence right now.
And I'll never take the Varudien name, so no thanks. But I will help with the dragon thing if it helps Levy get aid, so.
That would be an interesting thing, as our wonderful friend here, Lady Briarleaf, is nobility of this region who was away on an involuntary vacation, let me put that. put it that way, and we're trying to help her get back to her homeland. If, I don't know, your clan were to openly support her, how would that work out for you? I ask Levy.
Levy goes to speak, but then the general goes ahead and speaks up, and he says, that wouldn't be possible.
Oh.
Unfortunately, the Steel Vigil doesn't have the ability to support
Political
any
sway.
noble family.
Political sway is something that's big here. Trust me.
Fortunately, the Glory Hunters have more of that, since, their generals are nobles.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately.
Okay. Rivven looks like he's having a headache. I get it. I get it. You're trying to do the best thing and help the people, get rid of nuisance dragons. I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean to be insulting by this.
He is
But
blunt
the
as you
reason-
intend.
But the reason why this fraction section of Varudien exists is because they're willing and capable of playing the political game. Your faction can't shove them out or shut them down unless you have a leader in your group that starts playing the role.
Okay,
Can't win a game that you're not fighting.
Yes, that's probably true.
He just kind of laughs it off and just says, "You'll understand once you meet our leader why that's not a possibility." Our generals, unfortunately, none are noble-born. The issue comes in the fact that most of the nobles want glory and wealth.
How does one become a noble?
Their lineage or achievement.
I was gonna say Levy would speak up, just like, yeah, that.
Trust me, I've met enough.
Nobles had to come somewhere. Lineages don't go back to infinity. The first
Oh no,
nobles.
some of the Varudien members, the generals, are nobles of, we'll say, this generation, self-made nobles. Their achievements are their dragon hunts.
Yeah. But before Varudien was involved, most nobles are created at the tip of a sword. Someone takes control of a situation, declares themselves nobility by right, and that's how nobility comes into fashion. Through rebellion.
It's either by sword and rebellion, or by vote of the people.
I have not met many civilizations where a noble came into power by popular choice.
You'd be surprised as how often that can actually occur. Unfortunately, we just happen to be associated with the wrong sides of things, given our nature.
One can earn popularity by throwing wealth around.
Exactly, that's what I mean. Legitimate popular choice is one thing. Bribery, deal making, that is far more common. It looks like popular choice, but all it is skullduggery.
Darling, I know.
This is all just confusing to me. Why not just be strong enough and just beat the other people down?
When things were simpler, I'm sure that's exactly how the first nobles started.
It is a distinct possibility. I've not been one to study up on the history of this world. Or I say this world. This country.
Region?
Yeah.
Mm.
While I am from here, it was never an interest of mine.
And I mean, why take interest in a country's lineage when it's going ahead and hunting your kin?
Because knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power, and so is power is power.
I was about to say I don't have much knowledge, and I'm pretty strong. I'm not sure if that holds up.
If you have ungodly, unending power, but don't have the knowledge to use it effectively, it is wasted.
That goes both ways. If you have all of the knowledge, but none of the power to back it, who's to say that your voice can't be suppressed?
Absolutely. God, we're having all these.
Yeah, this is so
theoretical-
philosophical, and this hurts my brain. Pepper just shakes her head.
The only thing that's out of character here, Mel, you were doing what you do with Toma. You were playing devil's advocate so fucking hard, and it's like, oh my god, just let us fucking continue.
Yeah, you're filibustering.
My God, no! Okay. So from my side of things, if we've gone out of character, every time I've started saying something, someone jumps in and immediately talks over me, and then I go ahead and I step back, I let you get your piece in, and then I try to go back to what I was trying to say, and then I get jumped on again. So I'm sorry.
We
I'm
let
just
you go
trying
for
to get
15 minutes straight. It's fine. We're jumping in just to add to it.
Sorry. Am I talking too much? Is that what this is? Am I just talking too much?
I won't
Okay.
say it's too much. What I will say is you string things on a lot. That is all.
You are
fine.
filibustering
You get-
quite a bit, yes.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's
Nothing
just,
bad.
You're going into
I'm gonna go grab
philosophical
some water
debates
real quick.
with yourself.
Yeah, I am also going to step away for a moment to get a drink.
We'll see you in a minute.
Okay.
God damn it.
You should just go to full philosophical debates with yourself. Unless you know he's interested, though.
Yeah,
So,
it's definitely an interesting storyline overall. I'm very interested in what's going to be happening. We also need to get to what was happening,
Yeah.
though.
we gotta get to the city and start talking to people, get Levy.
I also have my own storyline in here that I kind of
Yeah.
need to I need to get into, and I'm excited for it. So I'm just like, we're stalling. Please stop.
I want an excuse to be in a large enough room with this noble person just so I can step on him as a T-Rex. This person
Oh.
Bert Reed.
I want to be in a room with him so I can publicly execute him.
I step on him, then you stab him. What?
Oh,
Tin Can Man gets squeeshed.
Hulk smash Hot Wheel Man.
Hulk smash beauty god. Slap.
I am a god. Grabs leg, slam.
I absolutely love that scene.
Puny god.
That right there is how everyone wants to treat nobility sometimes. At least the haughty ones are like, I'm better than you. Oh yeah? Thunk. I'll be there to help Marine when she confronts this person for sure. I'm pretty sure the whole party will. We're not gonna let you you boil and rage alone. The clan's gonna back you up.
Oh, I know.
Rivven will try to hold you back. Pepper will try to egg you on.
If Rivven tries to hold Reen back at
We can
the
get
point,
information. Blam! No.
no, if that noble comes into Reen's like general vicinity, it is on fucking sight. Like there is no hold, no bar.
There has to be at least a modicum of doing it in a place where authorities won't notice right away.
Oh,
You
if
can't
she
just throw your whole
it,
life away at least.
Trust me, Rena's down for just all challengers welcome.
Like, just like how Pepper's down for killing anyone from Varudien who's a dragon hunter who basically helped participate in her tribe's execution. She's all for it. So, but she knows when to hold back and wait for an opportunity, like this one where they came to us. It was great.
Exactly. There's a lot we can do, and there's a lot I plan to do.
Can I just say this kobold race is sort of cracked. Gaining advantage on your next attack after an opponent is reduced to 0 or less HP is kind of
fucking cracked.
Very cool. It's cool for chaining. As long as one person goes down around, you can keep chaining the advantages, which is really
Welcome back.
cool.
It is super cool. I fucking love it.
I still have yet to use the other ability that gives everyone else advantage until my next turn on people who are within like 10 feet of me. I can't wait to use that one.
Mm-hmm.
Was it the crier? No, center of attention, I believe is what it's called for this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Center of attention.
Yeah.
Anyways, everyone's back now.
Is everyone? I didn't.
Yeah, Melt's back. Melt's back and Delayed's back.
Yeah,
Melt, you're back.
I'm
Yeah.
here.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear Mel.
Okay. So, with that out of the way, you guys go ahead and set up camp. I don't have any special token or anything for it, so we'll just or any map or anything.
I mean,
It'll just be on the side of the road, more or less.
I mean that would be probably be what we would do anyway.
How much travel time did we go and make before we were interrupted?
You got about 30 minutes out of town before the Varudien group caught up to you.
So we're just camping a little ways out of town.
Oh no, I did mention that you guys were walking and talking.
Okay, so how far did we go ahead and get?
I'll say that you were traveling for another couple hours before the sunset, or began setting.
And it was almost a 3-day trek, correct?
Yep.
We're
Set up
making
before night.
headway,
I was gonna
but
say,
we're not
You
making.
set out before nightfall because Levy doesn't want to pay for the exorbitant costs of the inn.
Understandable.
Plus, it's easier to give you guys better accommodations camping than it would be for you guys in there.
Yeah.
Remember, a lot of people just kind of don't give a shit about slaves.
Yeah.
General goes ahead and keeps kind of a close eye on the
Varudien.
other guy.
As long as he doesn't start calling him an egg.
What, you egg? He stabs him.
Stabs him.
You egg. Is that our signal to attack somebody from now on? That's
What?
that's-
You egg.
That's
He
the
stabs
tribe
him.
plan. Yeah. The moment somebody says "you egg," we go into action of attacking thing, whatever. It's me, Chris. Okay.
What? You egg? He stabs him.
As you guys are sort of setting up camp, getting your tents and everything set up, you do note that, well, first, the Varudien, the heavy Varudien soldier, he seems concerned because he doesn't exactly have anything. He wasn't expecting to have to continue walking down this path. He was expecting to be able to get back to town. And the general doesn't pull anything out either. He just kind of sits looking up at the sky.
Now, I'm not one to starve people, so
Oh, I'm not gonna.
Probably
We don't starve. We don't starve the people we capture. Well, you guys don't starve the people you capture. Reen's not heartless
Hmm.
all the time.
Side note: did anybody take the your prisoner's weapon?
Yeah, I
Pretty
would
sure
have.
we took
I would
most
have.
of it.
Because he had surrendered by stabbing it into the floor and then basically just sitting down next to it.
Oh, yeah,
'cause
we
it
would have
been in
taken.
the, it would have been in the road, so that would have been an
Yeah, we
obstruction.
would have. That would have been part of the cleanup effort. Clearly.
Yeah, we would have taken. We would have taken the Dragon's Bane poisons off him, both quick draw and whatnot. And then we would have taken his bolts, crossbow, and sword, any swords or daggers that he may have had on his person, and then just, put them in a pack and basically told him no.
Okay. So there is somewhat of a forest around us, correct?
Yes, it's mostly dead at this point, but yeah.
Sleep.
I say mostly dead. It's mostly bare.
Yeah, it's mostly asleep.
Okay.
Sasha.
Given that we likely don't have tents for everyone, and exposure to the elements is a risk in a winter environment.
No, I don't need a tent. It'll be fine.
And then General looks over, just like, I also don't need a tent.
Because my polymorph will last long enough. I can just turn into something that'll is suited to the winter temperatures.
Does that spell require concentration?
Polymorph?
Wild shape? No.
Oh, no, wild shape doesn't. No.
Oh, okay.
And it lasts, I think a number.
It just lasts.
Hours equal to my.
I'm pretty sure it either lasts until you a number equal to your spell level, or it lasts just until you drop it.
Oh god, it's a wall of text. Anyway,
Well,
TLDR.
Regardless,
after you'll run it down. Yeah.
there are some of us that can't wild shape or be immune to the elements, so I'm going to gather firewood.
But I can help gather food and stuff so if need be, because I have wander. I can feed up to 5 people off the land.
And I'll help with firewood as well. Getting stuff that's that looks particularly dry. Mind you, in a winter environment, that's harder to do, but
Levy just kind of looks over, just like, I will keep an eye on these two. Just says, gesturing over to
Sounds like a plan.
So
So,
for 4 hours, I can basically of the night I can at least rest with at least something
like,
thermally.
if yep. Dia's just like, if we do need it, I can magically create food.
I think we got enough supplies, and we can forage fairly well.
It's not the best food anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's having had to have used it before. It's rather
bland.
bland.
You know what?
You'll
I'll
live, but
I'll drop off the firewood, and I will do medium to small game hunting with my rifle. If you'd like to do anything, if you'd like me to do anything.
For Pepper, going out and getting food, that I do not make that a check since you are using your Wanderer skill. Reen, joining in the hunt, you will need to roll me survival.
Do you want me to roll you stealth then survival, or?
For hunting, it's just survival.
Okay. I have to remember we get an inspiration at the start of each camp, each time we start a session.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the survival check. 14, not bad.
We didn't need a survival check to find enough firewood to build a big enough bonfire to keep everyone warm throughout the night, did I?
I'll say that you're able to find. You would be able to find enough wood to make a regular campfire. In order to make a larger fire like a bonfire, I would need survival for that as well.
Well, considering we have a heavily armored individual that doesn't have so much as a blankie, the only way they're not freezing to death tonight is either cuddling up to someone really warm or a bonfire. Unless I'm misunderstanding winter conditions.
No, you're not.
Okay, so survival check. Normal.
You would be rolling with advantage because this would be me helping you. Remember? And before I went out to hunt.
Does that work for you, Delayed? Because then Reen is splitting her effort between hunting and firewood gathering.
That's fine.
Okay.
I mean, if not, we also have 2 other people that can help you.
Yeah,
So-
definitely.
Because Levy said she's keeping an eye on these 2, but that
The
that leaves
only
Solara
risk of course of creating such a
Being
big
Dia.
fire
and
is
Dian's
of course it draws attention.
I mean, if it draws attention, I'm sure the generals also, the general also being here would both prevent attention as well as draw attention, considering, you know, his status as Varudien hunter.
Or
Like,
as
he
a
hunts
boogeyman.
I was gonna say, as he hunts the Varudien who get in his way.
General kind of looks over and just like, there are reasons why I am, or why I've had to deal with challengers, we'll say. It's not often, but it happens.
Hmm.
That's something that I can tell you about after our duel.
Why are you looking for a duel anyway?
It has
Just to
been...
prove who's stronger?
No, it has been some time since I've had I'd say, a fair fight with a Dragon Knight.
I mean, I did say, as you did say, I am only a fledgling at this point, but I'll give it what I got.
That's all that I ask. I will be holding back, of course. I will not be fighting you.
I wouldn't expect anything less. I appreciate it, at least that in that regard.
This is not a fight to the death. There's no need to treat it as such.
Watch
No
out,
one
our
are-
tribe's pretty strong. Don't be surprised if she kicks your butt.
No one in our group is injured in any way at this point, are they?
I have
Nope.
taken 0 damage.
The only person who is Zolera.
Yeah, and I would say we probably would have been treating her. We would have treated her wounds at this point.
No, we're about to definitely be down for a long rest, so she should be fine.
I mean, if need be, I do have 3 more first levels if we were worried we might get ambushed, but we also dealt with who would be ambushing us. So,
Hmm.
It's always good to do shifts, so
Yeah.
for the time being, I'll take first shift and let everyone get some rest.
Well, we probably should go ahead and do with our group size shifts 2-person teams.
that way there's more tent space to rotate around.
That and one person can easily be distracted and knocked down. 2 is twice as hard.
The
Fair
general
enough.
kind of throws up his hand and be like, I'd offer, but something tells me you don't necessarily fully trust me at this point.
No offense meant, but yes.
None
But-
taken.
But
Natural survival instinct to not, trust people, especially those who are seemingly, well, bearing the same sigil as your enemies.
Zalar, you okay with keeping first watch with Rain?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's first fair. I'm willing to go ahead and take second watch. With whoever is willing to volunteer, and then the remaining two take last watch. That way we got a 3-watch shift.
I would
Everybody
say
can go.
probably me and Zalara, you and Dia, and then Levy and Pepper. That way it's equal time and we all have that.
That's- I'm fine with that matchup. That works
Okie
for
dokie.
me.
Sounds good. You all get some good rest then. I'll wake you up when it's your watch.
I guess that also technically means there's plenty of tent space then.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we're doing Parasite 2.
I mean, we did get what, 3 tents? 3 winter tents, which are usually a bit larger on the inside anyway.
Well, one of them is definitely bigger.
Yeah,
Oh
one
yeah,
was
you
the
got
one
that
for
one. You
Levy.
got a fucking bargain on, you and Levy. The third
That
one,
one's Levy's tent.
yeah,
Which
that
I'm
one's
sure you should let other people use in the
Wha-
meantime. So
When you let Rivven do the social thing, things happen.
Oh yeah, we know that. Thing is
Right.
that Reen's treating this as a hostile environment, regardless. So she doesn't really like. She's very much a in deal with it now to talk about it later.
Just keep in mind, you don't have to stab so many things. You talk to them first.
Yeah, she's aware of that. But
Okay.
she's one performing her role, and 2 just generally on edge.
And we're gonna go ahead and deny that little bit of bawdery in my chat.
my
Thanks.
God, I smite you.
Yeah, sorry, Automod caught it before you could, delayed.
Yeah, it's fine. So, you guys go ahead and rest for the night.
Alright.
On each of your watches, you note that at no point does the general ever go into a tent. They seem perfectly fine, just chilling outside in the snow.
Probably a link to a fire dragon.
Could be a number of things. Could just simply be Warforge.
Sure.
I mean, you never know until you take the helmet off.
Yeah, that's actually true. That's why I said sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I can't see through his helmet. At least I don't think I can.
Have we been able to discern anything from their
Nope.
appearance? Yep.
Other than that they're wearing black
Very-
armor.
Very heavy, full body covering armor. But
Yeah.
they
Also,
seem
I have
perfectly
hydrated
fine.
everyone.
Let me go ahead and find the picture for him.
Thank you for the hydrate me.
That includes you, delayed.
Yes, I just hydrated. Where did I fucking leave his image at? It should be in here. There you go. It's the image that I used for him. Minus the sword.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't see how that'd be comfortable to rest in.
Yeah, no, that doesn't exactly look comfortable, but I'm sure you'd find a way if you've been in the armor long enough.
Well, okay. The thing is, the armor below the waist is designed for flexibility for the sake of mounting a horse, not sitting down. It would be stiff, rigid, and awkward to sit unless you were straddling something in that armor the way it's designed.
Maybe just stands at attention the whole time. He's a vigil.
Okay.
You could take a seat. No, I can't. My armor doesn't let me. Oh. Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, could you imagine being trapped in a suit of sentient armor that just refused to let you rest? Like,
Man, you'll learn to fall asleep standing up while the armor moves at that point.
yeah, exactly.
So the funny thing is that the armor just refuses to let you rest. It'll still give you time to eat and drink, but
But you cannot sit down.
it refuses to let you sit down. You must always be standing.
I like this curse. This is funny. Let them perish.
Good God. No, the armor wants to have a person in them because it makes getting into and out of town easier. Because a suit of empty armor walking around, that's suspicious. But an armored adventurer coming into town, exchanging goods, getting information, that sort of thing, that allows the armor to exist without someone threatening to disenchant it.
The armor is intelligent. It is fully aware of this.
Yeah, so, you know.
And it is also aware of the fact that, having tried it in the past, dead bodies do not make a good decoys.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no.
So the armor does actively want to have a person inside it as a disguise tactic for it, but at the same time, it doesn't have to like the person.
Nope.
It doesn't have to be nice to the person. But if the person is sleep deprived enough to always be agreeable,
I just like to think they get in a spat, so the armor starts making them do jumping jacks. Oh no.
They start to fucking fall asleep standing out the armor? No. High octane exercise. Activate.
Oh no.
Oh no!
That person would
No,
get so sick so fast.
But I don't want to do jumping jacks. You're damn well going to be staying awake, so fuck you.
Yeah. Can you imagine they ever get free of the armor and the person is just absolutely ripped from doing so much calisthenics?
Now the first thing they're gonna do is get out of the armor, flop down, and pass the fuck out.
You see a naked man in the middle of the street. He's absolutely jacked, but he is also absolutely out cold.
You can see a millennia's worth of bags under his eyes. You don't know how, but wow.
His bags have bags that also have bags.
The plot has also been left.
Yeah. We tangented off on a merry.
It was a
Kind
fun
of.
one, though.
Let's see how our watches go.
Yup.
So first watch Reen, you go ahead and roll me a d20.
Oh, do I not just roll you perception?
Oh, D20s for the scenario that you might perceive.
Correct.
Ah, I see. Biggity buggity buggle.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
I rolled low on that.
You rolled an 8.
You rolled as high as your modifier.
My passive perception is higher.
Yeah.
passive perception is based on 10.
Yeah.
You are able to spot a pack of wolves that seems to be somewhat circling your camp.
Not coming into the firelight, but
Uh. I'm sorry. There's a lot. There's a lot I can do here.
The question is it a problem that's worth waking everybody else up with? Or can you handle it and let everybody sleep?
I can probably handle this if I'm gonna be completely honest. Without, setting one, the forest on fire, and two, waking everyone up.
Well, it is winter, so if a portion of the forest goes on fire, there's plenty of wetness to put it out. Snow and all.
How close are they? You said they're just outside camp?
Yeah, they're circling the camp.
What's the strength modifier needed for using a heavy crossbow?
There isn't a strength requirement for it.
Yeah, this isn't Diablo or PoE.
It's just a two-handed weapon.
I don't have a silencer on my. That's why the reason I'm asking is because I don't have a silencer on my fucking rifle, so I can't just pick them off at a range like that.
The question is, do you have the proficiencies to use a heavy crossbow?
Does heavy crossbow need proficiency in D&D?
It's a martial weapon.
Oh,
Yep,
okay. Wow. It's a simple weapon in Pathfinder, so.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it was a simple weapon, I would have proficiency with it, but I can use light crossbows, hand crossbows, and bows, and light bows, but I can't use.
Well, you can use it, just not effectively.
You don't add your proficiency bonus to
Precisely.
or to the rolls.
And yeah, right now, proficiency bonuses are what? 3? Yeah. So...
How many wolves?
You count 9.
You also have Zalara, who alone can probably intimidate them off. Because wolves are pack hunters, they're not going to attack something much bigger than themselves like that.
You know what? That is a great tactic. With Zalara's help, I'll go ahead and we'll try to make ourselves look a lot bigger than a lot more feisty than is worth for them to go ahead and try and hunt us.
Okay. I'm going to ask this. Are you supporting Zalara's role, or would Zalara be supporting your role?
I would be supporting Zalara's role. This would not be them me doing this. Zalara is the biggest thing here.
Good choice.
27. Yeah.
Zalara gets a +9 to intimidation checks.
Yeah.
I only get a +2. So.
Yeah. She stands on her hind legs, spreads her wings, just lets out a chuffed little small growl. All of the wolves go, "Fuck no!"
Oh, dragon! Fuck!
They understand the ecological system, and they're like, I am low on the totem pole.
Yeah, they thought they were finding a fun-sized snack when they realized they were, in fact, the fun-sized snack.
It's spooky.
Yeah, there's no way wolves can possibly beat a wisdom save against that.
I cast necromancy skeletons.
Skeleton.
Yeah, the wolves all run off into the forest.
And we'll continue our watch and ready for whenever somebody else decides they when we need to swap out. So I'm probably granted I'm probably just going to sleep like on Zalera. Like I don't really need a tent. I have the warmth of a dragon.
Actually, the issue is Zalera is actually there's no issue. Zalera is resistant to cold damage.
Mm. And there is a sizable fire as I can manage to take the edge off.
Correct.
Precisely. So we can just I'll sleep with the fucking big ass dragon.
We are in the puffiest of attire.
Yeah.
I am also in warm clothes, so yeah.
Next watch will be Dia and Rivven. Nothing interesting happens during yours. And then Pepper and Levy. Pepper, go ahead, roll me a perception.
Okay.
The wolves came back.
They saw the
next
kobold.
day, advantage for perception.
What they don't know is that kobold knows shillelagh.
Also has a very big bonk stick too, Shillelagh.
So I will say that the wolves are back. You were made aware of them between the passing, or between the passing of the watch. Pepper, you note that there are a few more wolves than was described, and a couple of them appear to be dire wolves.
Okay. Then we'll go something even bigger than the dragon. I'll step a bit outside of the camp, and I'm gonna polymorph myself into a T-Rex and just watch them.
Sup, little fuckers?
My own intimidation as a T-Rex. Just like, do you really want to?
You are, in fact, bite-sized. Even you, direwolf, are now bite-sized.
You are now bite-sized. How do you feel?
Yeah, how you know, I need to quickly check because I am within the limit for the T-Rex, but I don't exactly know the full size of them. I'm not sure if they're huge or
They are huge creatures. From my understanding.
They are huge creatures.
yeah, this giant dinosaur just looming now in the dark at them, trilling out a growl.
Intimidation at advantage.
I'm so intimidating. As advantage clicked still? Yeah, okay.
There's some situational modifiers I think you may want to consider tacking on there, Blade. They know that there's a dragon in that camp. They went and got bigger, badder help, come back, and this little kobold steps out of the camp and immediately becomes a really big thing that's not quite a dragon, but also just as scary. There's any sort of animalistic logic to this. This is a nope. This is just a nope. They're not that hungry.
They're hungry. They're not that hungry.
Just
not to mention just the amount of damage a T-Rex can dish out is just terrifying. They're solely focused on offense.
See, the scary thing is, I don't know if our steel friend is asleep or not. He could literally be just watching this whole thing. Goes, okay. They don't necessarily need to fight, and they understand that. And they're perfectly capable to handle the situation without violence. Huh.
Small lizard becomes big lizard.
So I think we can all press the long rest button after all this shenanigans?
Yep.
I'm glad that I saved my level 4s. That was a great interaction. Levy is the only one who saw it. Levy also polymorphs, so Levy can do it too.
Oh
Two
my
T-Rexes.
God. For some reason, okay.
Perfect.
For
Team
some
it.
reason, two T-Rexes. The image that pops in my mind is two T-Rexes at a campsite. There's a campfire roaring in the background. Between the two T-Rexes is a game of chess. They're both struggling to play with each other.
The little
Because-
tiny baby arms leaned over.
Exactly. That's the image that pops in my head. Why chess? I don't know. It could have been checkers. It could have been any board game, but that's just the one that, the intellectual T-Rex would play.
Can't get him, boss. I got a big head and little arms.
That sounds like AI art waiting to happen. Two T-Rexes playing chess at a campsite. That sounds like something. It sounds like something you would put into an AI art generator to see what it spat out.
You know what? Let's see. Maybe I can see just how silly it'll be.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna try to see what a free AI generator will do with that prompt.
Two T-Rexes
playing chess at a campsite.
Oh, good God.
Let's see how this does. Oh, it makes me want to have to create an account. Oof. Curses. Oh well. Foiled by account creation AI free art. Ah, rip.
I sent a meme, by the way.
Yeah, I saw that.
Let's not vote randomly. Tell that to America.
I was not going to read it out, but yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it wasn't random. So.
Yeah, I'm going to keep my as the American in the call. I'm going to keep my opinions to myself about the current state of affairs, for reasons that this is not a politically tagged stream.
Yeah, no.
Everybody's right to have an opinion.
It's just
And
that some
that's great.
people are stupid and some people are wrong. Some happen to be both.
Some
try
people
so
be
hard.
multi-lane drifting.
Hey, I could be referring to D&D in that
That was
aspect.
Yeah,
Welcome back.
that's not the context in which your phrase was stated, though.
How would you know?
Because we were talking about one thing and you followed it up immediately with that context. Therefore, that comment. So the context carries, Reen. You just can't say this context that I'm stating right now does not matter to the next sentence that comes out of my mouth. If it seems to correlate, it correlates. It's all up to the interpretation of the listener, not the speaker.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's the post any anime that uses like real life figure names. This is purely theatrical. The names are, the whole.
Oh,
This is
fucking
all a
crap.
fan fiction. It is a work of art. It's not real.
Not real, man. Not real.
We're anime girls. We've never been real.
Exactly. I am a figment of your fucking imagination.
That is not
That
that is not a valid defense for war crimes. All right, I just want to put that out there
Hey.
Our war crimes are your war crimes.
now. Right. All
You just
right.
become communist.
So, anyways, back to the game.
Okay.
You left us alone, Al. Are you surprised?
No. So, yep, long rest. Nothing else happens for the remainder of the night. the next day, you all wake up,
Morning.
have finished up your watch.
Ladle, pot, dunk, dunk. Morning.
Hmm. I'll immediately throw some fresh fuel on the fire, and then I will start breaking down tents and packing up.
Ooh, hey, Reem, the wolves came back last night.
Well, it doesn't. Even if they came back, I mean, it seems they were thoroughly dealt with.
Uh-huh.
The general's just like, so, at what point would you like to have our duel?
I mean,
Dude is really down to go ahead and do this.
might as well just get it out of the way.
I mean, breakfast will take time to cook anyway, so...
And it's not like, and again, it's not like we're going. This is to fight to the death, so.
Yeah.
Nope.
Don't hurt yourselves too bad to the point of not being able to walk. traveling
We'll
to
keep
do.
it. We'll keep ourselves in line. Don't worry.
I mean, I suppose I could carry you, but I'm already carrying a lot. Like, I'm carrying a lot of bags right now. This will be fun to watch.
He goes ahead
Yeah.
and looks at you and he says, right then, whenever you're ready.
What are the rules for the bout?
Simple. Obviously, no fatal blows. You can call out when you are ready to tap out, or you can go until you're unconscious, whichever you prefer.
Well, I'd like to keep our travel times to a minimum, if at all possible. The
Understandable.
longer we're out here, the worse it can get for us. So let's just go for. Let's just go until one of us can feels like they're satisfied.
He kind of nods. Very well then. If ever you feel like you need to, just feel free to tap out at any point.
Understood. With that, I guess initiative is in order.
Yep.
Well, let me change my music because right now I'm listening to lo-fi.
I'm listening to peaceful travel music, so that's fair.
I'm listening to Winter Lo-Fi of 2025.
I'm listening to my friends play D&D.
Good. That's good.
It's just,
Who
everyone
was
was
the name of
saying
that?
what
Who
they were
does-
listening to, so I figured I'd pitch in. Freaking God.
All right. Do you have any battle music that you'd be putting on there, Delayed, or are we?
I mean, I can. The song that I'm listening to is Here I Come from Shady Cicada.
I've switched over to Final Fantasy VIII, The Man with the Machine Gun.
You said "Here I Come" by Shady Cicada.
Yeah.
I have this thing pulled up, so just give me a second. And I'll throw that on myself.
You know what? What is this song?
System failure would also be a good one here. Come on. How far down? Oh, here it is. That's appropriate music. Alright, let me just... where's my token? There's my token. Please give me a good initiative roll. I don't want to be fucked over by this again.
You
Yeah,
got
16's
this,
not
man.
bad.
Above average.
Slightly above average.
Now he rolls and he's got like an initiative like 40.
Well, I expect this guy to be a relatively
Oh.
high adventurer, as he rolls terribly. I'm sorry, sir.
He has a +3.
Yeah.
He might be
Okay.
more strength focused than dex focused.
That's a good point, actually. Like, that's a very good point. He might be more strength focused, where I'm a dex, but oh god, it's strength versus dex. The age-old question must be answered. Can't hit what ain't there. I only have to hit you once.
Are you ready for the vigor check?
So, two of you merge. Reed. You will get half of Zolair's HP as temporary hit points. That will be 63.
Dude, that's almost my entire health pool. It's 2 points away from my entire health pool. With the merged voice of me and Zolera, Reen is going to say, "All right, General. Once the form drops, we'll call it there."
He kind of nods. Right.
I'm still able to use all available weapons on my arsenal, right?
Yes.
Cool.
Very well.
There's something about not using ranged weapons or something at one point, but
No lethal shots.
oh no, I mean when we were in the
What?
last fight when you were in the farm. No,
Yeah,
you
you-
couldn't use your gun, I think, or something.
No, I didn't. I
all
opted out of using my guns
Oh, okay.
in favor of of going kind of ballistic with the two claws and the fangs.
Heck yeah. Pharaoh fighting.
Exactly. I wanted to get. Good.
I was going to say, the general goes ahead and says, "All right, well then, shall we begin?" He kind of holds out his hand, and a trident appears in it.
Reen will go ahead and draw her her rapier as well. Let's give her all we've got. Well, bar none.
First move is yours.
And so that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, right into melee range. I'm definitely going to be going in this full ham here.
Yep.
And then, so that would be... That is a brutal crit right off the bat.
God damn.
Yep.
Shit. Okay.
You don't have sneak attack active, so
No, I haven't used
That's
my
a-
bonus action to identify my target. I mean, if you'll allow me to, I'll roll insight and you roll a deception.
okay.
It's not that hard to beat. But
Hi.
Beats beats.
yep, meets beats.
Uh,
So we don't roll a
they're-
sneak attack.
actually, they're both rolling, so isn't it a roll off? Meets beats is only if one is a roller and one isn't, right?
So how we've always how we always do it is
Okay.
meets beats.
Okay.
It just
Yeah,
makes things a little bit
unfortunately-
more a little bit better.
Okay.
The
Everybody.
only time where rollies tends to happen is if it's an initiative thing.
Or if it's a purely contested roll, like a strength or something, I assume.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay.
But yeah. So that is what plus 12 to the so
So the highest damage is 13, I think. 8 plus 4 plus 1.
8 plus 4 plus 1. Yeah, that would be it. And then add 12. But as you know,
Add 11. And so
add 12. It's 11 plus 1.
no, you add the highest damage roll.
Oh, okay.
Remember devastating criticals?
Yeah.
1 max damage, and then the higher damage
Which would be
from the rolls.
be
Yeah,
for
so-
me, which is okay.
13 plus 11, so 24.
Well, that's not all that comes out of this, because of the bauble. And Beppis.
Oh my god!
Jesus fuck.
I have chosen violence.
I know I said I was gonna give it everything I got. I didn't mean in the first fucking round.
This reminds me of the time I was accidentally almost
What is
killing
the
Maine.
likelihood?
20 plus 16, so 36.
And then-
so 24, 36, back to back within 6 seconds. You've burned your standard action, your bonus action. What?
And the
what
bauble
left
action.
you?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I've got.
Okay, that's
That's all
that's
I've
an
got.
opener if I've ever seen one. Dude just
I mean,
lost
just like
over
Sans,
50 health.
I guess just like Sans. I don't know why people don't open with their strongest attack.
Yeah.
Alright. So, he's going to go ahead and take his action. He definitely seems a little caught off guard by, that.
The fucking brutality of that.
You did call him an egg, apparently.
You egg stabs him.
But shifting his stance, and he's going to go ahead and swing, or attack you with his trident.
Oh, he gets a crit of his own. That's perfectly fine. I've already burnt my bonus action, so I can't silvery barbs.
You have a reaction. You
Oh, wait,
can
that is-
use your
that is a-
reaction.
You know what? Yeah, no. I'll burn a leveled spell, and
Silvery barbs his crit.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Oh,
I clicked on the wrong thing.
okay.
So an 11 and an 18 do not hit.
And you get advantage on your next attack or save or whatever the heck. Whatever next roll it is with Silvery Barbs, right?
Crits twice, enemy crits back, you say nope. He completely misses, and now you got advantage on your next turn. Do you want to lead with the, Can you do the whole eye for detail again?
Yeah, I can do it. I can do it until it lands.
Yeah. Alright.
Does it give the advantage to that, or is it only attack rolls and saves?
So insightful fighting gives me a sneak attack on on the target that that I have identified.
So
Well, I'm talking about Silvery Barbs. What all can it add to? Because you might.
Oh,
need to
it's
hear
just
if
attack. It's just attacks and saving rolls.
Okay.
creature has advantage on the next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, so you can use the advantage on this.
Oh my god. Guarantee the insightful fighting by having advantage on it.
So
we'll
to go
see.
for hit rate.
Oh wait,
go for the
it is the next one, so
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, no.
Yeah, that's fine. I am perfectly fine with that.
Considering how this fight has been very one-sided, I mean, better to
It was
burn the
bound to
bad
happen.
rolls.
16. I'll
That
toggle.
misses.
That's
Yeah.
perfectly fine. I'm toggling off sneak attack right now, by the way. And the firebolt. That's a 9. That obviously misses. Yeah, there you go.
You got him good with the opening, and now it's more he's being more defensive about it. He's not letting that happen a second time. You got one freebie. He's not going to give you another.
Let's go. Let's keep it going.
Bapus, Bapus.
Back and forth.
It is very much back and forth. And then we've got, again, just Insightful fighting, 19.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a chance that it'll actually
It'll actually stick this time.
pretty good chance, anyways. Yep.
All right.
All right,
You get your sneak attack
toggling.
bonus on your attacks.
Bepis, 18.
That is a hit.
All right, and then Bepis, 13 does not.
Nope.
Ever since your crits, I switched over to I'm a Monster, Goro's theme heavy metal
I'm a monster.
from One Punch Man Season 2.
Second one hits. Ooh, cold
You wanna
damage.
burn it up?
Ooh. No.
You want to barbs it or?
No, that's fine. I'm not gonna barbs that. That's fine. 12 cold damage.
No, 6 piercing, 6 cold.
Yeah, 6 piercing.
6 piercing,
6,
6 cold.
12 damage total.
Cut the cold damage in half.
Okay. So
Nine.
Scales
Nine.
resist cold.
okay. So 63
Nine
minus 9. So
54.
thank you. It was literally about. If you didn't get it there, if you didn't say it there, I would have gotten it just after. Cool. And Bepis, 21.
Jesus.
That is a hit.
And Bepis, 21.
One punch.
It is also a hit. Sneak attack does not apply to this damage.
Yeah, it does not apply. Sneak doesn't apply to the firebolt. Just toggling on and off is just a pain in my ass.
Is your button press, but pressing it often for every thing. Yeah.
Okay. One, two.
One hits. So 11 minus 4, or reduced in half. So 11, 15.
15 points total.
So 15. So that brings me down to 39. Perfect.
I've noticed something.
Hmm?
Meta information. We don't know what his name is, but I can see what his name is.
Yes. I saw that as well. I was just
Oh,
like, whatever.
I didn't even fucking see it, so
I was
that's
gonna say,
fine.
he did say he'll give the name after the duel.
Yeah.
Okay, read.
Yep. Bepis.
Jesus.
Bepis. 24. It's 11 more.
No quarter.
As she lets out this firebolt, after they clash again, she's gonna say what he said to her. You can give up at any time. I don't know how many hit points he has.
You have dealt a lot, though.
I've dealt a lot of damage. That's why I'm scared. I don't want to do lethal.
Well, I
You
mean,
gotta remember, if
does
he's a
he
Dragonite
look
like you,
bloodied
he has
at
a 10
all?
HP.
No.
Yeah.
His armor is pretty roughed up, but no.
You gotta think, if he's a Dragonite like you, he might have the temp HP shield as well. that
Oh,
you're
he
going
definitely
through.
does.
So,
Yeah, because I mean, I would be dead already. If
I
you had
also would be dead.
Yeah, so I mean, that opening blow would have dropped me to almost 0. So
19 out of 15.
Miss. My AC is 20.
Gotcha.
I don't know if I get an AC bonus with being merged with Zalera, but that's just my total armor class base.
No,
From
no
everything.
bonus.
I realized I still had Shield of Faith ticked onto my character.
I do not. If I had Shield of Faith going, it would be I'd be at 22 right now.
That's it.
18 more damage.
Second one does not.
Okay.
So what's the current total damage that Reen has dished out now? It's got to be reaching around near either 90 or 100. Oh my god.
So something that is me. I am very much burst damage.
Oh, the turner just disappeared. I think he might be conceding.
Yep. Hang on. I need to clear it first. Yep. He goes ahead and he hops back and he goes ahead and says, "All right, that's enough."
And immediately she's just gonna go ahead and she'll sheath her sword and she'll definitely give him a bow as she unmerges with Zalera.
Kind of looks just like, quite frankly, I wasn't expecting such a strong opening move, but I suppose I did ask for it.
Well, I mean, I wanted to show you what I can do, and well, with Zalera's with Zalera's help, it definitely feels stronger. Definitely give you that. I'll definitely say that much.
Tribe is strong. Wee.
Well, allow me to more properly introduce. Well, allow us to more properly introduce ourselves. He goes ahead and you see his armor start like lighting up before it kind of shifts off of him.
Oh, he's a dragonborn.
You will understand that I keep my identity a secret from as many people as I can, especially when I have to deal with Varudien.
Understandably.
Oh, it makes a lot more sense now.
Truthfully, I wasn't always a dragonborn, but that's a story for another time.
That's
Wow.
a story.
Okay.
That's a story for.
There's a-
That's a story of very familiar taste. I'll definitely say that much.
There's a mirror going on here.
But
Spider-Man pointing me.
Yeah.
he kind of looks. I am Mateus, General of the Steel Vigil's Steel Wings Regiment. This, he says, gesturing to the dragon next to him, is Drace.
Well, it's only proper if you're giving full names here. I am Ultarine, and my companion is Zalera.
Pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you both as well. So, Mateus, what now?
Oh. Kind of looks over to the.
Now you have breakfast.
I was gonna say. I think food is done.
I definitely think so as well. Let's go have some food. And Rain will, with a smile on her face, she'll go ahead and she'll put a hand on his pat his shoulder and say, "That was an amazing fight, by the way. I know I put you on the defensive right away, but it feels good to be able to stretch those bones and get used to that form."
That's fair.
I warned you that our tribe's strong. We fought living lightning and kicked its ass.
Seems as though you all have stories of your own.
It'd be strange if we didn't.
We've had long lives. Well, some longer than others. I imagine that our Fey man over here is not exactly as old as he's telling us he is, but we like to believe him anyway.
Age is just a number.
Yeah, jail is just a room.
I don't get it.
Wait, no, I didn't mean it like that. Good God! You think I'm a
Why?
monster?
I'm
No,
very confused
no.
about this conversation right now. I don't know what's going on.
Don't worry about it.
The age is just how you go up in your growth, right? You get bigger.
Yes. Age
Wormling to ancient.
age is just a number, and jail is just a room. No further implications needed.
The confused look on Pepper's face.
I need to go grab some more water, so I will be right back.
Take your time.
All right.
I wasn't exactly expecting a mirror matchup, though. I'm happy to see that, though.
Oh, well, I mean, dragon riders are rare, and maybe there's a reason for that. Maybe a certain level of kinship has to occur for the event to achieve itself, and therefore finding both a like-minded dragon and dragon kin is necessary. A unique cross class that requires some form of racial kinship. And it definitely makes it very unique and special.
I'm definitely happy with it.
A new Durgan.
New obsidian, by the looks of it, Dargan.
Commence the starry-eyed oohs and ahs of a kobold.
Eventually, we're gonna have to get Pepper her own dragon friend.
Dragon
you imagine?
Tales, Dragon Tales.
Go become a dragon.
Don't do that. Don't do that, Rain. Fucking Christ.
What?
She
Oh,
was
just
singing the theme song of a fucking
Popular show back in the early 2000s and whatnot.
I remember my kids watching that. That's why I'm telling you, no, don't do that to me.
And when I was a kid, I was out there watching Big Comfy Couch and stuff.
Bear in the Big
The
Blue
old
House.
Looney Tunes.
Oh my god. Oh my god, Looney Tunes. Tailspin.
I return.
Welcome back.
Welcome
Thank
back.
goodness.
Reen sending me down to nostalgia land.
Mm.
Dragon Tales, Dragon Tales.
Stop it.
I mean, has he made his decision?
He hasn't said anything as much. He definitely seems surprised to see that, well, Mateus is a Dragonborn and also a Dragon Knight.
Well, I mean, that's what happens to us. We make strong bonds with strong people.
But all right. So
Take the food.
he goes ahead and he takes the
Yeah.
food.
Yeah.
He's definitely he seems to be keeping an eye on I say keeping an eye. He's watching Mateus and Trace.
Okay, so let me just. Yes, I know. I have unkind things to say.
Talk or not, I'm not gonna let the guy starve. Like I said, we're not monsters, so even if they think we are and hunt us for glory,
Well, you know, people can imagine all sorts of things.
I can match their ferocity, but they can't match my kindliness. So take that.
Okay.
Haha, negative 17 degrees right now. Why?
Okay, with that said, I'm gonna turn my heater back up. You're making me feel cold.
It's
God.
This is gonna last like all week, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. Well, the update for tomorrow is -5.
It's like
so at least, hopefully, it humps
an
back up.
absolute chill went down my spine just then when you said that. I'm grabbing my hoodie too.
Well, to be fair, that's Celsius. Fahrenheit, it's still, you know, somewhat a little bit up there. God, the weather
There we
is
go. There.
Horrible.
Comfy, cozy.
Icky.
Oh.
What is this that you did, Irene?
Taking notes.
Yep.
Fuck is this image? It's a meme, Batman.
It's a meme, Batman.
Oh my god. I feel like I should have saw that coming.
It's this.
Good God. Just.
Okay. So, you all go ahead and sit around and eat the breakfast. It's a simple meal, but
Oh, fucking goddamn, you guys. Sorry. Continue on, Delayed. Sorry for the interruption.
you're good. As he's eating, Mateus kind of looks up to everybody and she's like, "So, any additional questions for me? Now that you can, well, see me for who I am."
I don't know what to ask. Pepper just shrugs. I'm kind of starstruck after meeting so many dragons so quickly. I don't know.
I'll look to Reen and see if she has
Are
any.
we taking notes? Hold on. Don't break my concentration.
How about we pause until Reen's ready to continue?
Works for me.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. Did my camera shut itself off on VC Face? What happened? Apparently it did. I was wondering why I wasn't tracking my movements, but I guess my camera just turned itself off at some point. Huh.
It was just going on its, union demanded break.
So let me get up my avatar, see if popping up the program again will get that going. Because
What was the dragon's name again? Blade? What was the dragon's name?
Drace. Drace and Mateus.
Yeah, I got the Mateus from just looking at his thing
His
after.
rules.
Yeah,
Together, they are Deus.
Machina.
Ex Machina. Single brain cell. Shared among clan. Clan strong. Hive-mind achieved.
I'm sorry, I saw that. I was like, yeah, they do merge. So, fusion name?
Deus.
How could you not Deus? Wait, that means green. What? Solar green.
All right.
Zen? What's the fusion
We are
name?
far from Zen. I'll tell you that
Yeah.
much.
Ferocious Zen.
But sorry, I have to get back comfortable on my seat again because my fucking cushion moved. And my tailbone was getting real fucking fussy. All right, so Green will look over to Mateus and just generally say, well, I mean, aside from, well, training as Dragon Knight and questions about how to strengthen that bond, really, I just, your story and just how long the Dragon Knights have been around.
Well, it goes without saying, but I would say relatively new, but me and Drace have been working together for a few years now. It was our leader that went ahead and trained us.
Well, I kind of figured that much. I'm just meaning, like, is there availability to be trained in that way and what have you? The strengthening of the bond.
You'll have to ask him when you meet him.
Fair enough. But your story mainly. Also, I've noticed that, well, I mean, you're a dragon. You got more dragon-born, where I went more half-dragon with my transformation. Hence, I guess the lack of wings versus the whenever I'm with Zalera, the gaining of wings. Do you gain wings when you're fully when you're merged like that?
Yes, usually keep them hidden though.
Mm-hmm.
Alongside my tail.
Well, I mean, to be fair, that makes sense, especially in a hostile environment like this.
That's gotta feel horrible in that armor. If the wings are pinned underneath it. What?
The armor is Drace.
That's where the wings come from. So it basically just be Drace folding his wings back against himself, to keep warm. In that kind of aspect.
Still keep.
The tail, on the other hand, that's gotta be painful.
Illusion magic is definitely an option.
Illusion
magic.
magic.
And says it's illusion magic.
Okay. I imagine that. I mean, I've tried wrapping my tails around my waist, but after a while it gets quite uncomfortable.
My
Just
tail
let mine
isn't.
stick out.
Mateus just goes ahead and says, "Yeah, my tail isn't exactly that prehensile, as it were."
Mine seem to have quite a bit of flexibility to them, at least currently.
Mine's just stubby.
Well, yeah, I know yours is stubby, darling, but
Really great to hit
grow.
people with, though.
It'll grow in time, at least. How old? Reen under her, just kind of in her own mind, just like, how old do kobolds live again? But regardless, I mean, there's like when you're yourself, right? You're Mateus. Do you have like the same kind of thing I have with these? As she gestures to her stardust wings, realizing they're no longer stardust, before promptly freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
We're doing a dance? We're dancing. We're jumping. What's going on?
I'm not supposed to have wings. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
I
you're
do
dragon, you
have
have wings.
wings. I mean, I do have wings, but they're supposed to be see-through and intangible. And
I mean, Theo said you'd figure it out.
I mean, yeah, they said I'd figure it out, but I didn't exactly account for
Previously
this.
intangible wings taking on a now blue tone,
Ooh, pretty.
and also being physical.
Well, that'll be another thing on the docket to learn. Do you fly at all, or teach people how to?
Kind of just shrugs. I don't have wings.
Right.
I've turned into small birds before. I'm not sure if the wings work the same.
Well, I mean, this is more attached to, kind of feels like my shoulder blades in a way. Almost as if it's like an extension of like ligaments that go off of, go out from the, kind of like the back muscles near my spine.
Guess you're gonna have to learn to flex them.
I'm gonna have. Well, I mean, I could flex them, like while they were still incorporeal, but this is. How did I not notice this before? Like maybe the excitement of the
Perhaps
So
it's
moment.
much going on all at once.
That and coming out of the merge. Well, if you are close enough with them, the merge can feel almost natural.
Well, I mean, that's what it feels like with Zalara. It's just a simple touch, and suddenly it's just like it's like I had a telepathic link with her the entire time.
Yep, that's typically how it goes.
I mean, it feels just naturally like thinking on my own, you know? Well, I mean, well, that opens up an entire new plethora of questions that I have for. Well, actually, you know what? I have you here, but thing is, I don't know if you know all the answers. Rain just starts kind of rambling to herself. Like she's completely like zoned in on like, what do I ask you now? Because now I have fucking questions about how the transformation actually works.
If you get off on this in your brain, your food's gonna get cold. You
I
should eat first, then ask, silly.
that kind of seems to bring her out of it. She's like, you know what? Fair enough. Food first, questions later. I don't know if you have anywhere you need to be.
Aside for setting up the meeting with a leader, not really.
All right. I'll probably stick to asking you questions while we move then. Probably. Well, you'll probably end up remerging then. Yeah.
He kind of just nods.
Fair enough. All right. Food first. You can see she's definitely still very much like, how the fuck?
You know, if you showed us this earlier, we would have been less on guard about you.
You'll understand why I can't just go around revealing this, though. Or if not understand, you'll forgive me for doing this.
I've more. I can already kind of understand, and forgiveness is not really needed at this point, considering you haven't wronged us. And yes, you're part of the the. Well, you're not part of. You're part of the Steel Wing Corps.
Yeah.
At this point, you're a separate organization.
On one
That's how
hand,
we. That's how
I'm
we
glad
think of
for
ourselves.
meeting you. On the other hand, I'm annoyed that you're making me think that the Varudien at least has a part of it that I don't want to kill.
Well, I mean, think of it like this. They're the Order of the Steel Wings, where Varudien, or current Varudien, is to be burned to ash.
Yeah.
Take your time with it, darling.
It's
It's
just
not.
me. This means I can't hate everyone with the Varudien name.
Take it as take it as a learning experience. It'll
Just made it
serve as
more
It'll serve
complex.
as. Think of it as this way. With the time and understanding of this situation, you gain draconic wisdom.
Hey. I suppose. Hey, you there, Varudien guy. Why do you even hunt dragons for glory anyway?
To try and make a name for myself, achieve nobility here.
Why does it have to be dragons? Just hunt any kind of actual real monster that's a threat.
I don't know, like a fucking bugbear or something. I don't know.
I don't think it's ever fair to compare a dragon to a bugbear.
Oh, you know what I mean, though. I'm meaning something that's like mildly, that's like still like worth an accomplishment.
There are
Not
tons of
necessarily.
monstrous creatures around that aren't intelligent
mean,
but still terrorize things. They could hunt them
Hydra,
instead.
hydras are a thing.
Not a very common thing.
Kill basilisk. We did it. Sure, you could do it.
Mhm. It's not a matter of doing. I'm sure that they could do it easily, just as much as we could. It's a matter of if you're facing an opponent that has a simple and/or bestial-like intelligence, it will not need to outplay you, outthink you. It does not use tactics, it just uses instinct. With a intelligent, wise, aged opponent that is physically dominating in its presence and abilities, provides a extreme challenge. And finding that mix.
Anthem Archive. Thank you very much for the follow. Hold on, let me go ahead and Anthem's Archive. Let me get you a shout out here. And Anthem, Beholder, Cora, and Paradox. Thank you all so much for the very much for the follows. I very much appreciate it. It is so welcome on in. Welcome to the Dragon's Horde. I'm gonna go ahead and get Anthem. I'm gonna go ahead and get your shout out there. What were you guys up to? if you don't mind my asking. Also, if you have to raid and run, I completely understand. I'm not going to go ahead and hold that against you, especially if you've had a long stream. Go ahead, go get a drink, go take a bathroom break, get some food into you. We're playing D&D. That's amazing to hear. How many? What were you playing? What exactly were you playing? I'll go ahead and throw you a follow back there as well. There, Anthem. So much again for the raid. I very much appreciate it. A homebrew 5e campaign. That's great to hear. We're actually doing a homebrew 5e campaign ourselves. I'm actually currently playing a half dragon that's been bound as a dragon knight to my dragon friend here, Zalera. There is quite a bit. There's a lot of story here that has gone ahead and transpired. We're actually deep within enemy territory. Our downtime arc has finished, and now we're going to have more trauma. I'm actually, speaking of trauma, I'm actually dealing with my trauma right now. We're currently in Autume Vaile. Autume Vaile is a dragon hunting paradise, essentially. Basically, there's this clan called Clan Varudien that we've learned has been hunting dragons all over the world. But there's also a branch that called the Steel Wings that are also dragon knights like myself. Riders or knights, whatever you want to call us. Where they make bonds with dragons and they hunt problematic dragons. Which we actually saved. There's a bunch of things that are currently happening right now. I can go over my notes here in a little bit. We are currently in a roleplay kind of. We're currently in an RP session right now. I did just have you guys just missed the 2 natural 20s I rolled over here in an opening of a duel. Yeah, we were boxing. Hello again, Toma. But yeah, no, we're just getting back into rolling through with all the punches as well. What else have you? Is it Anthem, Cora, Paradox, and Cordelia? Are you all part of the same group? Were you all playing together? What was everybody playing there? I'm gonna go ahead and unmute, but I'll mute to respond to chat. Hello, sorry, I'm back.
Welcome back. Al stepped away for a moment.
Yeah.
I got raided.
Definite.
Yeah, we know. You suddenly went mute and deaf in the middle of my commenting about how intelligent and how dangerous dragons can be and how that's not always a easy combination to find. And then after you went deaf in mid sentence on me, we were concerned that something major had happened. Al checked on your stream, saw you got a raid. We just all kind of went and did some maintenance things waiting for you to get back. So it's all good.
Toma, I'm so sorry that your cats are being little shits again. They're not really keen on letting you sleep right now, are they? And thanks for that, by the way. I appreciate it.
Mm.
Toma's cats are being little shits again. We're not letting them sleep.
Mm.
I cast catnip.
I cast cat sleep. Catnap. Sorry.
No, don't kidnap the cats. Don't catnap them. Oh no.
Yeah, give them time. They'll catnap themselves.
Either they know something I don't, or they're just being assholes. They're not letting you get more than 2 hours of sleep. I think they're just being assholes. Maybe it might be. Are you able to like keep them in a room? I mean, I guess they just start. I guess they just kind of piss everywhere, wouldn't they?
At least keep them out of the bedroom.
I mean,
Like
yeah, I was gonna say
zombies.
keep them out of the bedroom, but then there's been issues with that.
No.
Yeah, you live in a 2-room apartment, so yeah, it's basically her bedroom and that, or sorry, their bedroom, and then the living room, kitchen area.
Rip dip.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That fucking
The two
sucks.
main
I'm
reasons
sorry.
why I won't. Yeah, the two main reasons why I won't get a pet. One, the cost of owning a pet, and two, my place has no room for a pet to get the movement they want. So,
You know, this is why I'm like, terrarium. Take a
you know,
small.
I'll get a goldfish. That's low
No,
maintenance.
not aquarium, terrarium. You could go ahead and have
Get a
turtles.
snake, yeah.
You could have
Gecko.
frogs. You could have...
You could have a tarantula. Hell yeah.
You could have a gecko,
like
a
I did in the
snake.
past.
There are so many different things that you can have that don't require a large amount of space. And then, of course, you know, if you're really, really tight on space and potentially money, there's always, you know, digital pets online.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to have 2 pets overall. I've had a hamster that way outlived its time. It
Mel
should
just
have
wants
died
essence of
long ago.
cave for where he
He d-
can't be in one.
You know,
okay.
it's
All right.
true.
That came from Toma, didn't it?
Of course, it came from Toma.
To be fair, in anything
Leave
that
my
has,
dwarven heritage alone.
he belongs in the mines of Moria.
Speaking of which, by the way,
Alright.
I am streaming with 2 other people, Lucia Crest and
But yeah, no,
Meltman of
I've had
GP.
a
They're
teddy bear
currently in the
hamster that
title.
lived for like
Give them a follow as
7
well
years.
if you
I'm like,
guys
why aren't you
are
dead yet?
feeling up for it. We're
Your
probably going to
hamsters
be
were
going
only,
for another
they
like
were
hour
supposed to
or
live for
2,
like 5, 6 years
and
at most.
we'll
This
go,
thing was blind in one eye.
we'll go ahead
hobbling
and fill you
around,
guys in
didn't
as we go.
care. It's like, how are you still alive?
Determination.
Apparently, it died once and came back. It had a heart attack and came back.
Yeah,
So
pure
I-
No, that's just when the
determination.
demon possessed the body at that point because the soul was already gone.
And then I had a tarantula. So that was fun. The cute and then the creepy. Me, a sweetheart? Don't lie. I'm a monster. A goblin energy person. There's no sweetheart here.
I'm following Lucia already, but she's a sweetheart. But who's this Melt Mango person?
Wow. Wow. No.
Melt AI.exe is now Engi.
Yes, the AI is angry.
Stop it.
In the meantime,
It's
actually,
Melt Man. Melt
No, it's
Man.
Melt
not
Mango.
Melt Mango.
Melt Mango, yes.
Well, man is in Mango.
Yeah.
They do say your name. They just add more.
Yeah. No,
It's adorable.
not.
Oh,
it's
it's
traumatized.
traumatized.
Christ.
Oh, it has
It has
anxiety.
anxiety.
Oh no.
Stop it.
No.
Accurate, but stop it.
All right, you know what? While Delayed is away, I'm actually gonna go out and make another cup of coffee. I will be right back. I will see you guys here in a minute.
Okay.
I will see you guys here in a minute. Thank you all so much for being here, and we will be picking up here again once both I and Delayed are back. So we're just gonna take a quick intermission here.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you for calling me a sweetheart, Toma. The heck even music's playing right now? My peaceful music. I guess it's a Neverwinter's Night song. Everyone has poofed. I'm all alone.
Nope.
Fuck. I'm just kidding. Hi, how are you?
That reaction. Goodness.
just the nope. Fuck.
God damn.
I feel like we need to play something where you can play PvP against us to bully us for all the poking at you we do.
Oh, no. See, that's the thing. I'm going to tell you exactly how that turns out every time. I just get bullied harder.
We could just play our mellow. I totally didn't trust you guys last time we played.
Uh-huh. You know what? In the brief period, right when Among Us was fresh and new, and everybody was playing it in our group, we played it, and you know what ended up happening?
When in doubt, melt man out.
Yeah. When in doubt, vote melt out. Became a meme that I have to deal with now.
I have the same feeling because anytime I play that game with my partner or with my friend Red in the game, I'm always the first one fucking dead.
Yeah, see, if I am not the imposter, the imposters will gun for me because if I stay alive for long enough, I'll figure out who they are pretty damn quick. So if I'm dead, I was innocent.
And then it's the same for me as if I'm evil, there's like, well, you're still alive, you gotta be evil. It's like, God fucking damn it.
Yeah, exactly, right? So
See, I like to play fun with it. I like to, if it's really early on into the game and I witness the killing, I'll play along with the killer for a little bit and reveal them later. I'll let them keep playing and have fun. I generally do that because I'm like, I am an advocate for chaos.
like I have literally done the whole thing where I have been spending most of my time following one person around, acting like I'm doing tasks with them, sneaking off briefly while they're in a task, killing someone in the next room, coming back, and done that to the point where my cover was flawless. And then I get voted out. Why? Because no one else could think of who the killer could possibly be. So it has to be me. So yeah, so doing a PvP game to try to bully everyone back, it's not gonna happen. I'm just gonna get bullied harder.
You gotta find a game you're really good at. That way you just that doesn't rely on luck or other people, but your own skill, and be like, I got this. And then trounce everyone.
It doesn't. No. A game that I'm good at, that I have an unfair advantage, basically, wouldn't be fun for
I
me.
wouldn't say unfair, but something that relies upon skill that others also can use their skill in. It's just like, are they good enough or not? It's training. Armello is just that, honestly. It is having awareness of the deck. I will say 9/10 of our mellow is luck. But that other 10th is card counting. And
I'm going to go ahead and say
counting.
that you can wander into a random forest or a stone circle and literally get a random event that happens.
Random.
Really?
Yes. Want to know how to get the apothecary and its random event? Walk into a town with 1 HP. specific town. One town will always have the apothecary event. The way to trigger it is going in through with 1 heart. To get the forest event, there is going in with certain like there's ways to cause it to be a 100% random event encounter. You just have to be on the right tile with the right condition generally. So, more you know. Walk into towns when you have 1 HP more often, because you never know when that'll be the town that triggers it. If one of them on the board does it, and that thing wins
It's all-
games if you're corrupted.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, they're not actually random by any means. They all have a trigger condition.
Well, yeah. But also, you could literally win or lose the game depending on your loadout and how the map looks. Like, you could have a loadout that is town focused, settlement focused, and then the map generates 0 towns or 3 towns right near your clan area.
Yeah, the placements of the map is a big determining if you're playing specific characters for sure.
Yeah.
If you don't want to go with that random chance roll, just don't play those characters for sure. You can though. You can still make it happen. You just have to be more bullying in other people's territories.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well,
like, I've had games of Griot where I've gone and I've bullied people out of towns for sure. But then I've also had games where people take towns too quick and it's like, and I only have 1 town near my base, and it's like, well, my hero power is essentially useless. So,
yeah.
it is just.
And there were
die roll for
times
that.
where playing specific characters in that game synergize and ramp off each other hard. Like the one that, goes ahead and gets followers every time they rescue a town. And another one that can be set up that every time they enter a town, it gets raised. So...
Well, that's anyone that has the ring for that.
Yeah, but again...
But yeah, no, you can play off your opponents that way.
Yeah.
If you want to play the game on easy mode, the easiest character to get wins with, and I hate to say this, is River. Purely because of, if you know endgame is coming, you slam through the equipment deck until you get hot rot wine, walk in, and shoot the king after taking hot rot wine.
Yeah.
So,
As long as he's at
people-
1 heart. Welcome back.
How is you? Good. Oh, pizza. Some Zaza.
I forgot to unmute my stream. Hello, everybody.
Hello, stream.
I mean,
It
they've been
seems
hearing
like
you guys
you-
this entire time. They just forgot.
yeah,
I
they-
forgot to
they-
unmute
Yeah,
myself.
yeah.
Oh, they've been listening to our little our mellow rant. Oh, love it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Reen. I want to go ahead and repeat a suggestion Lucia made a moment ago and want your opinion on it because I know how this would turn out. Lucy suggested that we should play a PvP game so I can get back at you all for bullying me.
Wait,
Is it
you
How
Well,
is that
you-
going to turn out in your mind?
So you're just
there,
gonna get
Reed?
bullied more?
So, Lucy, what did I
Don't
say?
tell him. Don't let the AI learn.
Oh, shut up, you!
We're trying to break the algorithm, not enhance it.
All right. It seems delayed it's going to take a bit. I'm going to step away and make myself a snack. Now that Reen's mentioned pizza, I'm deciding I'm going to go and get something to eat. I'll be right back.
I need to get more aluminum foil. I do have a, what is it? One of the basically freezer pizzas in the freezer. I just don't have enough aluminum foil, so it'll just get absolutely stuck to the pan. Yeah. I don't want to burn it.
We're laughing at Lucia's suggestion of doing a PvP game so that Milk can get back at us. And so that way, my comment was, So he just wants to be bullied more?
And I just said, don't teach the AI the algorithm. It's gonna learn better. No, we wanted to break it, not enhance it.
But I now have coffee. I have coffee and pizza.
I played all of one game of MTG Arena with Mel. I don't think he'll ever play it again with me. My decks are
Jesus.
mean.
Yes, your decks are mean. From what I saw, your decks are very mean.
My two favorite things in the entire game is stealing what other people have or copying them. A lot of my decks are either I copy your entire playstyle or I take your entire playstyle. They are mine.
You see, the thing is, I play with vampires. I play with the thing is I play with
so much fun.
You see here how I play with the deck that I was given. Is it is vampires, but it's also lifesteal and life ramp and power ramp. So I like basically with how it all works is basically there's certain cards that will go ahead and play off of each other, right? But every
like
time a
Vampire
creature
Gorger and stuff.
Yeah, so there was a card in there that's like every time that a creature is played, spawn a token vampire +2/+2, and then add a counter.
My confiscate deck would have such a field day.
Mm-hmm.
I'd ramp up to 5 mana by turn 3, wipe your whole board, and start stealing your lands for fun.
What do you,
no.
Toma? What do you mean your deck got gutted?
Deck got gutted. What happened? Oh, did you play a bunch of cards that got banned?
Mayhaps. We'll see.
You can always switch to timeless format, but then you're going against really, really, really stinky combos.
I mean, we just play Commander.
I would love to. Sadly, Commander's not on Arena. Well, no, they have Brawl, but they don't have like full-on 4-player Commander on Arena, sadly. And I don't have physical decks. I only have the digital decks.
You don't have, dear. You don't have to do that. We can go ahead and Tabletop Simulator is a wonderful place.
There is Tabletop Simulator, but then I have to hand make a deck, so that'll take
No, you don't.
hours on end. Oh, do they have pre-built ones? I guess you can play.
You can also you could also go to a website, build the deck there, and then just port it over.
Oh, does it have the copy?
Yes.
Stuff from like how Arena does for
Yes.
Code-wise?
It pulls from like of just a website. You put it from my understanding, you can just pull it from websites. You can web deck it if
mice. Did they nerf mice? I think the Manifold Mouse and the stupid Ember Heart Challenge is still really good. Scryfall.
Mm-hmm.
All I know for mice is most people just go, was it Ember Heart Challenger into Manifold Mouse and pump, and just ruin people through red aggro. Definitely something that got a nerf that I wish got more of a nerf was the stupid fucking red-white energy cards. They are too strong, too fast.
Yeah, delayed is still away.
I hope he's okay.
Is everything okay?
You should be.
I do not know, but hopefully. But yeah, no, I have such a hate for the constant combination of Ocelot Pride and all those energy cards.
Wait, what?
Talking about MTG stuff.
Yeah, we're talking about MTG.
I wish the energy cards got more of a nerf, honestly. The ones that came out with the red-white aggro for energy ocelots and stuff and cats. As it is, like the fact that my decks have a necessity to have board wipes just to combat this deck.
By the way, I think Toma was saying that her gut. They were saying that their deck got gutted, and they're talking about mice. So I'm thinking their House of Mouse deck got fucking gutted in alchemy.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Is 3 blind mice in alchemy?
Ooh,
Blind mice hasn't been in alchemy for a while.
Because if it was, that would be brutal to pair with rabbits, the rabbit talent thing. You make infinite 3 blind mice copies.
well, there's the doll maker white card that pairs well with 3 blind mice that lets you basically turn anything into a token when it comes into play, any permanent. So you can literally use the 3 blind mice enchantment as a token to make a copy of the enchantment to make more tokens. Infinitely.
This all spawned off of me saying, I don't think you'll play MTG with me anymore because my decks are mean.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I haven't played it in a while, period, because it's like a scratch. It's an itch that'll scratch for a while, and then I'll put it away, and then I'll come back to it. So
Fair enough.
I mentioned the
I'll
vampire deck that I played against you with.
oh, that was not in MTGA. That was
I know.
Tabletop Sim, and
I said so.
yeah, no, I wasn't here for that, but so I didn't know.
Mhm.
But I found Arena rather nasty vampire deck. That's the point where you hand a friend, it's like, oh, you want something specific? Oh yeah, here's one that's got a good review for it. Try it out. Oh my god, I've given you something to bully me with.
And I proceeded to one-shot him in a turn.
Fucking Christ.
With Thomas' help.
Yeah, I was getting ganged up on and bullied, yeah.
To be fair, they were playing a fun for everyone deck.
No, they weren't. Toma always says that, but it is I'm going to stay alive and watch you two bully each other. That way I can clean up the mess afterward deck.
I'd
Yeah,
love
fun
to
for everyone deck.
I'd love to play Miss Bumbleflower from the Bloomborough set. See if I could play a little group hug one with it. Obviously, where you get most of the group hug, because that's how group hug works. You want to make the most profit off of your group hug.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I
God,
was like,
this
oh,
pizza
these rabbits are
sucks.
adorable, and Bumbleflower is adorable. What kind of pizza is it?
So, I asked for hand-tossed thin crust pizza. What I got was thin crust, definitely not hand-tossed. This is definitely not hand-tossed. Because it's flaky. It's like falling apart whenever you pick it up. They also cut my circular pizza into squares.
What? Hey.
Why?
I don't know. I asked for regular cut. I got square cut, fucking brittle as fuck, unfulfilling pizza.
Sounds
And I'm
really weird. Why would it be
like,
square?
this is all from Domino's, which is usually pretty good. Like the one over here is usually pretty good, but I guess there was somebody new working, or somebody just fucked up my order royally.
I just tend to get a local pizza joint place here if I ever get pizza.
Aberturians are
Same thing.
Welcome. Are you
Hey,
Yes.
welcome back. You okay?
I'm fine.
okay?
Everyone had fun. And when there was too much fun, I responded where I had to. Wow. Okay. So, Toma, you're saying you were controlling the fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why was it anytime I tried to have any fun at all, it got nuked then?
No, when you got defensive, it got nuked.
Anytime I put anything out that would remotely give me an edge or have an ounce of survivability, it either got deleted, countered, or nuked. I was the no man's land. So, yeah, no.
Huh?
I remember how sad you were when I pulled a counter spell on your clutch play. Yeah. Yeah.
I sense
Yeah.
Yep, I sensed a hydrate coming on.
Mm-hmm.
Because I saw it in Reed's chat. I'm like, oh, this is hitting me soon, I feel.
Mm-hmm. I just made a
Thank
fresh cup of
you.
tea, too.
Thank you, Al.
And I made a cup of coffee.
A round of hydration.
Yes.
A round of libation undelayed.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's really weird that they cut my circular pizza into fucking squares. Like, why? Why did you cut it into squares? Why did you
That
never
was
cut it into triangles?
That was a personal attack.
It feels fucking personal.
Fuck you, unslices your pizza and squares it instead.
Fuck you, square cuts your circular pizza.
Fuck you, square cuts your fucking square pizza.
I can imagine that being an option if someone requests it, surely because someone wants to have some pizza with no crust. Because that is the one way to do it, because you will create little squares in the center that are crustless. But that's not something you do unless someone specifically requests it.
Yeah. Or you're making a rectangle pizza, which, duh.
You know what? That is something I haven't considered. Someone slicing a rectangle pizza traditionally.
Oh my god. That would be weird.
There would be some very long, thin slices of pizza.
It's a very interesting conversation.
Yeah.
So we were talking about
We talked
story of
about lots of things while you were gone.
Well, I'm getting back on track. We were talking to him about like why dragons. Rivven brought up that because they're intelligent, it makes the hunt more glory filled and such.
No, challenging.
Which got Pepper on the tangent of, well, then why hunt my clan? Why my tribe? We were a bunch of kobolds living on our own. Why hunt us? Like, we did nothing to you.
Because it wasn't his clan. It was the offshoot that have given up.
we're addressing the red
We're
one.
addressing.
We're
Varian.
addressing our
Varian.
captive fuckwit.
Yeah, that's why I called
oh.
him Mr. Varadine instead of, calling the name of the one we know, who is
Mateos.
Yeah,
Mateos and Drace.
Oh, well, then I don't have a response for that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll let him respond.
He goes ahead and he looks at you just like, I don't know.
Just a look of anger and annoyance, so she just trills off and looks away. So you just hunt whatever they tell you then. You're not looking for glory, you're just being a dumb peon.
Being a pawn in a game that you don't understand.
Well, let's be honest. You have leadership that's nobility, promising livelihood, fame, and glory to everyone that is willing to go ahead and join up. He could have just as been someone else who bought into the story that they were told. Like many of Varudien's recruits, trying to trust the words of those in power.
as they had maybe little other options for their livelihood. But the downside of that is evil prevails when a good man does nothing. Just because that is the only thing that you're being offered when you see something that doesn't feel right, but you do nothing. You allow that to continue to grow and fester. You see innocence caught in the crossfire. And maybe this experience, the fact that we are trying to feed this gentleman kindly and not, feeding him to our dragons or torturing him for information. Maybe this
Still
will be
not
a
off the
moment
table, by the way.
Way to undercut my point, thanks. Maybe this will be a turning point for them to grow and change and see the errors of the leadership that they were under. And it wouldn't be the first time.
Pepper just kind of grumbles a bit because you're not wrong. We talked with the other scout guy, and this is the same outcome in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
But she doesn't want to admit it, so she's just grumbling to herself.
The point is, the cycle will repeat as long as the nobility that is at the head of Varadine remains
Alive.
unblemished. If the
They're
bulk
awfully
of
blemished.
Let me finish, please.
Marie's just like, this is the narrative. I will have no substitutes.
If the
Fine.
bulk of the troops see their leadership in the right light, there's a good chance that the clan could fold in on itself and fracture and fall apart. Just killing the leadership off is just like slicing the head off of a hydra. They'll be martyred, seen as heroes struck down by the evil dragons. A new one will step up and take their place, and the cycle will repeat. I've seen it happen before with nobility. You have to convince the people following the nobles that they aren't worth following. Because a noble without followers is just a man.
With money.
Not necessarily. Have you ever seen a noble that no one will willingly serve?
Plenty of times.
How long do they stay in their wealth?
Depends on how crafty they can be.
Most of the time, because most corrupt nobles don't spend responsibly, they fiddle it away trying to keep every noble heritage, every standing still going until they realize that, well, with no one to tax, no one to collect dues from, no one to collect money from, no means to gain revenue, they find their coffers run dry rather quick.
All I'm saying is that that is indeed a scenario.
Everyone, I'll remember you all in therapy.
See you in a bit, Toma. Have a good night. Try to get some sleep. Enjoy the shadows. Enjoy the shadows of the cave.
Shadows of the cave.
Play with matches.
I'm a dragon. She's one of my hordlings. She can enjoy the fucking cave. Regardless, though. The narrative of this whole expedition of Varudien, the blood they've spilled, and what have you. You said that it's going ahead and killing, just killing the noble is just like cutting a head off of a hydra. There's still proper ways to kill a hydra.
Yeah. You go at the core of the problem, not the head. The core of the problem is they believe what they're doing is right and just.
Or you take off every head consecutively with enough fire that it doesn't get back up.
You want to murder them all, go ahead and murder them all, but when it goes ahead and doesn't solve the problem, I'll help you.
Well, I mean, Mateus seems pretty virtuous so far. We do enough damage to the Hydra. Perhaps the one reasonable head can take the lead, whoever his leader is. So maybe there's that.
That's also another fair point. I'm not trying to say that what you're saying is wrong, Rivven. It's not the narrative I would. It's not the narrative I would like to see. But if it comes to pass like that, then by all means, we solve an issue with less violence.
There will always be violence.
That's why I said less violence. I didn't say none.
Ideally, perfect scenario, we go there, distribute just enough violence to make our point. We go ahead and encourage those to see that there are good dragons, and it's hard to encourage someone to see the good of something when that they're getting stabbed by it. So if some of the nobles fall, some of them die, that happens, unfortunate but true. If someone is stubborn and unwilling to see different aspects, if they're trapped in a certain headspace, there's nothing we can do about it. But reaching for a blade straight out the gate makes finding a diplomatic solution challenging.
Some people don't want diplomacy.
Yes, I understand.
Breakfast is good though.
Yes, you did a lovely job, Pepper.
For the resources you have available, this is pretty good.
Wild mushroom stew, hooray!
Any game that I was able to catch last night that we didn't eat.
I don't think I caught anything psychedelic, at least. No shaman mushrooms today, sadly.
Shaman mushrooms.
Yeah, the ones that the shamans of the tribe would use to go on their vision journeys.
Rue just looks at her as like, really? I think I remember some of those that grew in the Feywild.
Never gotten to participate in one of those.
Oh, well, someday when we got some downtime, I can help you fix that.
Don't introduce them to drugs. Please.
What?
I mean, how else am I supposed to better get in contact with the elemental spirits? He just looks confused.
I'm just aiding Pepper and indulging in her culture.
Out of game, he's gonna be a bad habit.
I now fully teasing and smiling at Reen. What's the worst that could happen?
You're the worst that can happen.
I suppose that the elemental journey could go wrong, and I light an entire area on fire somehow by angering a spirit? Who knows?
Regardless, though. But excuse me.
Whoa. Rex ate good.
I guess I ate a little too fast. Apologies.
Mhm.
But regardless, though,
start
we should
packing
probably
up
pack it up then.
Gotta hit the road, Jack.
Gotta hit the road, Jack. Don't come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Get the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more.
As you guys are sort of packing up camp, Mateus kind of hands over all of the the plate and I would assume that cutlery that was handed to him.
Oh yeah. It's probably carved wood plate and wooden utensils. Because that's just easier to transport than ceramics.
Yeah, travelware. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we could be using cast iron plates, but I mean, at that point,
That's
oh
just heavy.
God, is that heavy?
I was about to say that. I can carry a lot. I can't carry that much if we start making everything metal.
Full set of cast iron kitchenware. You could go ahead and use it to cook a meal for a troop, or as body armor.
Headshot. Oh, the power of Buster Scrooge.
I'm gonna use my cast iron frying pan as a drying pan
Oh my God.
and eat
Thanks,
those
Brock.
jelly donuts.
God damn.
Thanks, Brock.
Poor kid censorship was something else with the
It
chili donuts
was.
thing.
I know, right?
As
the early episodes of Dragon Ball 2, like, they had to go and do so many things to go and add additional censorship when it came to America.
I still think out of all the 4Kids shows that I've watched,
Mm.
one of my favorite lines comes from the first season of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Bandit Keith, I'm assuming.
No. Bandit Keith's lines were funny, but Kaiba's lines were funnier to me.
True.
And my favorite one that I'm still not entirely sure how that line made it through fucking 4Kids censorship. 4Kids censorship specifically, because they censor things that don't necessarily need censoring.
Yeah.
Seto Kaiba has a line in that show in one of the seasons. He's arguing with this person who's like merged with a creature, and he just literally shouts that I'm not gonna stand here and argue with some mutated hood ornament.
I'm not just gonna stand here and argue with a mutated hill ornament. You fucking window.
What are the rules? I have money.
Fucking window lickers are ruining this goddamn game.
You're fine with stealing somebody's soul? Oh, don't you worry. I run a multi-million-dollar game company. I do that every day.
Okay then. Weird flex, but all right.
Kaiba. Money is his flex.
Yeah, he is. That's what he flexes.
Not just a blue eyes white dragon.
I think that became more Yugi's thing after a while.
No, the blue eyes was his. He made 3 of them, and he has all of them.
There were 4, but he tore up the fourth one.
Yep.
Yugi's grandpa had the fourth one, and that got torn up. So, which is what prompted their rivalry, really.
My grandpa's cards. Oh yeah, that
My
also
grandfather's deck has no pathetic cards.
Kaiba. I play fucking. What was it?
It was an Exodia deck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
he did.
Exodia.
He had Exodia and fucking Black Magician.
Yeah. They realized they writ themselves in a corner with Exodia, so they had we will throw the cards off the deck. So it's like, there we go. Problem solved.
You know, like one of the things, anytime that they needed to go and like quickly turn around a match, they had to invent a card that allowed someone to go ahead and kind of skirt and cheat the rules.
Dude,
to
in
get
the
a
anime,
powered-
they cheat 100% straight up.
Yeah. So, but their cheat card was Pot of Greed.
I play
Like,
Pot
how-
of Greed.
Yeah, how often did that come out when someone needed like a tactical advantage out of nowhere?
Even second in GX,
Yep.
Pot of
Pot
Greed
of
still
Greed.
made appearances, even though it was banned like a week after they made it.
Yep. Because
It saw no
gee.
tournament play because it was banned that quickly.
Yeah, because they were like, yeah, no, this gives a extreme advantage to anybody that plays it.
Isn't it?
So
Isn't it literally
everyone-
just drawing an extra card?
In a game that is
One
you have to very
card per round.
tactically, yeah, you have to very tactically draw. In the game, there are not many cards that allow you to just get extra cards, so it quickly gives you a card advantage that there's no other way to deal with it.
You draw Pot of Greed and you play it to draw 2 extra cards that turn.
Oh, it's right. This is how it works. Pot of Greed is a burst card that you draw 2 cards and then cast it again next round,
Mm-hmm.
which allows you to draw 2 cards infinitely for the rest of the game.
Yep.
I
Basically,
mean, Yu-Gi-Oh's limited to 3 copies per deck.
And then there's ones that are limited to a single copy as well. for certain
Based on
cards. Yeah.
based on tournament rules.
yeah.
Anywho,
But
but we get on a
the-
Yu-Gi-Oh!
yeah.
tangent.
Yu-Gi-Oh! tangent.
How many tangents will we go on in this
At least
one
20
stream?
today.
Fucking Christ.
This is a D&D stream, folks.
Correct.
This is a podcast with D&D elements.
Fucking Christ.
Yeah.
Alright. Mateus and Trace merge. And the light shifting Drace's form as it sort of envelops Mateus.
Remember, looks over and shakes her head. I don't understand how the wings can feel comfy, even folded up. Like the very back has to be pressing against the metal.
The wings are the
That
metal.
can't be fun. Wait, what?
As Trace is the armor.
Yes.
Huh.
I mean, the
Oh.
same thing could be said for Zalera if they didn't actually merge directly into my body. Hence why we have such a unique looking merge.
Yeah, the only dragon I want to merge with is somewhere else. Anywho, let's get going, guys.
Your dragon's in another castle.
My dragon is in another castle.
It is.
Eventually, once things settle down, I am definitely going back.
Right. On the road again.
Now we gotta remember, we're back to following Levy's lead.
Yup.
We don't do anything without her say so. That's how we pass the slaves.
Yeah, you have to let her be in charge. Otherwise, our cover gets blown. So, you late?
Yep.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's probably looking over notes and stuff.
Yeah. Alright, 2 days travel. Here.
Ugh. Good God.
Nothing interesting happens on the first day.
Okay.
Second day, you're set on by fucking those fucking demon birds.
Bard.
No, no, no. We're not bringing those back.
Bard.
Murios
Little-
birds.
Fucking blades of flightless fluff and danger. Anyways,
If anyone
No,
gets
it-
tired, I can help carry somebody for a bit. 'Cause I
We,
can
the
turn into a
Miro's
direwolf for
birds.
some time.
What
oh
is-
no, what?
Anyway, what was I
What
saw
was
just
that?
The beak of that. I just saw the beak
that
of
was
something.
Miro. That was the token for the bird.
Fucking Christ!
All I saw was the top part of its beak for a moment.
I was too zoomed in to see it. It
yeah,
just
same.
I saw the edge of the token and then it disappeared. I'm like,
Oh, there it
fuck.
is. It's right in the center. Hello. It looks like he's just streaming. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. All right.
Let's see.
Hopefully, using the map that we got off of the group that we dealt with allows us to avoid some patrols. Hopefully.
Oh yeah, I remember. Pepper had asked to view the map from Rivven at one point. I believe I had sent that in a
Oh yeah,
message.
absolutely. I would have.
Because another side note of Wander is I can recollect maps and such pretty much perfectly.
Yep.
100%.
Picking up groceries. My God. Yeah. This is
Yeah.
why we don't want to deal with these things.
Yeah, but I wonder, you have an excellent memory for maps and geography, and you can always recall the general layout of terrain, settlements, and other features around you. In addition, you can find the food and fresh water for yourself and up to 5 other people each day, provided the land offers berries, small game, water, and so forth. So yeah, I basically have what's the term? Is it eidetic memory for when it comes
Photographic.
to photographic memory for maps and stuff to
Eidetic
remember terrain
or
and stuff?
photographic memory, yeah.
Yeah.
Nom, 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 nom.
So I
Well
can
done,
at
Matt.
least always recall where the patrol lines were on the map to help us avoid it as well.
I will say this. I know that we need to progress into the next town here soon, but being that I am currently without caffeine,
You getting tired?
well, I tried sleeping so much today to try to be energized for this, but I find myself
Nodding off.
inadvertently
We can
getting
call it here, though.
there.
Make
Yeah,
our way
we
to
can
the
call it
next town.
here. That's perfect. That's perfectly fine. We got
We did-
actually a lot
we-
done
we-
today. A lot of
Did
information
we?
was given.
Did we?
Story
We may not,
wise,
we may not have moved far, but in terms of role,
We had a lot of philosophical debates. Our characters have definitely very specific worldviews and different ways that they like to solve problems. And
Yeah.
As much as
I'm a
we do
practical
get
surprise.
along well, we also do butt heads too. Because
See, here's the thing. I'm an engineer, and I solve practical problems, not problems like what is beauty, because that is based on your purview of philosophy.
Yeah.
I solve practical
Yeah.
problems.
Yeah, Rivven's got his views on how to handle everything through the meticulous way of getting the most bang for his buck through the social economics.
you
of it.
win the hearts and minds of the people. That's what you do.
Reen is a straight shooter.
Reen is the soup could use more gun.
Yeah. And Pepper can swing either side. However, when it comes to Varudien in specifics, she is a very straight shooter when it comes to them generally.
Yeah.
Which is why Pepper is also butting against you on this scenario. Because Pepper is like the middle voice of like, we could do this or that. Both are viable options. But when it comes to Varudien, she's like, hit him with a stick, hit him with a stick, hit him with a
Hit
stick.
it with a stick. Hit it with a stick until it stops moving.
When we find
One
the one
dead for each clan member.
You know what? I could totally see us taking the most stubborn Varudien like noble that just will not give up on their ways and just stringing them up to a tree and giving Pepper a stick and say, "Look, Pepper, pinata."
See, the thing is,
actually blindfold her. She's just swinging it randomly. He's like, "Oh God, don't let her hit me."
the whiff of the air right past his head as she barely misses.
Because
Oh.
she's swinging just underneath the head.
if I can quote a very famous Team 4-star reference, kidney punch, kidney punch, kidney punch, and punch.
Why does he keep kicking me in the dick?
Why?
If you say hit him harder, I'ma kick you in the dick.
Let's hit him harder together.
Fine.
Hey, Dandy Man, you missed.
Good God.
Man, I love Team 4-star stuff.
Team 4-star is fucking amazing. Anyway,
Yeah.
well, let's go ahead and end our streams here then, and we'll let Melt get some rest. I'm probably gonna go wander off into the void and watch some anime.
Son of a bitch, my subscription to Melt ran out 4 minutes ago.
Damn. All right. Well, Reen, you want to pick someone for us to raid?
Yeah, sure. One moment, and I will. We've got Dr. Tokyo doing Once Human. Sorry.
Like he do.
Yeah, well, like he do. We have Oldie Stormy, who's doing Dungeons and Dragons. We have the Fire Bun Bun that's doing Conquest of Elysium.
Do we want to split and give one person to each of them?
We could definitely do that. I can go ahead and.
I would say we could just all go raid Dr. Tokyo. It'd be funny.
All right. All right.
Yeah, let's raid Tokyo. / raid.
He's in the middle of a fight too. Let's do it now.
Oh Lord.
Tokyo.
Okay, let me get my raid up and ready.
No. / raid Doctor. Doc. Okay, fucking Doctor Tokyo.
I got my
I
raid
just use
already.
the raid
I'll
button. Twitch dashboard raid button works.
Oh, I don't have that Twitch dashboard. I just do it manually by taping / raid. Anyways, thank you all so much for being here. We're gonna go ahead and raid you over to Dr. Tokyo, who's currently also doing some Once Human. We're gonna go ahead, send you over to him. I'm gonna go ahead and go watch some anime. Enjoy the warmth of the Dragon Cave. Steal any of my gold, and I'll fucking eat your hands. And I'll see you all next time. Have a wonderful night, everyone.
Night, everyone.